Hold on, we're changing over. Good morning, everybody. You got to wave again. There you go.
Do you think that we need like little shirts like this that have Just for Fun Radio on?
Kind of like they did at the Pink Pooch.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
Sweatshirts that have
sweatshirts and zip up hoodies.
Well, here's what I want. I want you to go buy some hoodies because then we can get them embroidered with our name on it. I need to get some more. I got to get her to do another embroidery thing because what I want to do on our hoodies is go like 4-inch by 4-inch and not have that dripping on the bottom because that doesn't embroider that great.
No, it doesn't.
I can't hear, sir.
Have you checked your cord?
Yes. Oh, nope.
That's what I thought. My wife did that yesterday, so that's why I'm like, check your cord.
Shoot.
Man.
You got scarred? Why you get scarred?
Because all I heard was...
All right, all you Just for Funners, good morning.
We're finally all here.
Good morning.
Well,
good
yes.
morning.
Well, in person.
In person.
Yes.
I don't know that anybody's truly here besides the shadow that walks through the room.
Thanks.
You're going to start that with her this early?
Hey, how you doing?
Good morning, boys and girls. It's happy first Monday.
Yeah, that again. Let me tell you, I'm so friggin' beat. I don't have anything. Like, I know there's things I need to do today, but I really don't want to do anything. I think I may take a trip to Fry's just because it's like,
just to clear your head.
it's an hour drive. I can go over there and see some really cool things. Don't have to really buy anything, but it gets me out of Conyers for about
window shopping.
3-4 hours.
He's going to window shop.
Well, there's so many things I've been wanting. I don't know that y'all can tell through my contraption, but I've fixed a way for us to do a little more video stuff. Not live video while we're doing the show, but while we're somewhere we can do video.
Oh,
that'll be interesting.
Oh, we're gonna do remote video.
Well, here's what I want
for YouTube stuff.
Yes, no, maybe. So here's what I would like to do on our webpage eventually, where we have sponsors, logos.
Mm-hmm.
I would also like to eventually have a video section so that Gravity would have their own, few seconds, maybe up to 30 seconds of a commercial almost.
Okay.
Same thing for Rob, same thing for all,
So instead of just doing stuff for the commercials on air, you have to act to be.
Well, no, we don't personally have to act. You just want to show what they do.
Right.
You know? And the benefit is not only would it be on a website, but then when the radio station goes to commercial and songs are playing and a commercial's playing, the people that are stuck watching video just don't have nothing. Like if you go to smoke, I go to pee, Doc goes to use the phone, and it's just a studio, I can fade it over to show, 3 minutes of commercials of our sponsors.
Okay, that sounds cool.
That's good.
And then at the same time, friggin' videos from events or anything like that. I mean, it really adds more crap for me to do when we're getting ready to go to commercial break, but it would just kind of add to the sponsorship and things of that nature.
Mm-hmm. That's why we need a radio intern. We need a couple of them, actually.
And by the way, these numbers on YouTube are all lies.
Really?
All lies. That number, it says how many viewers, all lies. The reason I know this, I had 4 people yesterday who said, I watch you every morning. And it's people I wouldn't even have thought. It's not even people I knew who even listened that say they watch. Yeah.
Right. So they're not in the same.
Yeah. One guy works at a big warehouse job and says he just has it playing with his earbuds in. And he says, I watch every morning. And I'm just kind of like, wow, it's kind of cool. Mm-hmm. But it's people, I'm not saying it as in it's people you wouldn't expect, but it's people that you didn't know would be listeners. So yeah, the YouTube numbers, horrible.
That's why you can't go by the YouTube numbers. You
You
have
can't-
to go by your Google Analytics.
Not if you're watching from mobile phones,
No, but I need to show you how to read the analytic report.
but not on mobile phones.
It works on mobile phones.
You
too.
can't trace mobile
Yes,
phones.
you can, my love. I'm
What?
gonna
You
show
are
you.
full of crap. You're
I'm
not
going-
going to be able to trace mobile
I'm
phones.
going to show you.
What? What are you going to show me, that you're a woman? Because that's the only thing you got proof
No,
of.
No, because Google Analytics, the new analytic code that we embedded,
It's not going to show nothing to do with apples. It might show some droids, but it's not
no,
going to show
it
apples.
shows everything.
And we already know for a fact how many people that are watching this, and YouTube has already said that amount's not watching, but we know it is.
because YouTube isn't, even though YouTube is a part of Google.
If
it's
I
not
wanted somebody to
called YouTube.
argue with me, I'd call my mother.
No, you did not just pull that on me.
Oh, I just did. Here, you want me to write it on a piece of paper so you can read it? Let me make it clear to you.
Denise.
I'm staying out of this one.
The pink,
Love you guys.
the pen's dying a little bit, but that says mom. Should I call her?
No,
Thank you. So, how'd your day go yesterday?
I'm not talking to you.
Well, then talk to Denise. How'd your
I'm
day go yesterday? Denise
How'd
asked
your
the
day go
question.
yesterday.
Denise, it was awesome.
She gonna say
Your
Denise.
weekend
It was awesome.
awesome, wasn't it?
Yeah, I had so much fun. I didn't have to be with Scotty yesterday. That was like the best part of it.
Well, you didn't have to come in today.
You know what?
Oh
I'm not
my
talking to you. I
God.
keep. So anyway, Denise, so how was your weekend?
It was pretty good. It was busy, but it was pretty good.
What did you do
I went and tried dresses on Saturday. I didn't get to make it to the beer festival.
for our
But-
wedding? Because you know you're the prospect wife now.
Yeah, I'm the prospect wife.
Why do I feel lost?
We're not talking to him.
We went. Well, you said we, but you're not talking to him. We went out to lunch on Friday, and so she put a good wife takes Niles to tutoring while I take the ex-wife out for her birthday with the prospect wife. And so everybody's like, "Who's the prospect wife?"
This is confusing. So confusing.
So everybody, like, there was like so
So do
many.
people have names here, or do we just call them these names?
Well, Benny is the
Good.
good wife.
Okay.
The ex-wife is
Is Sharon.
Sharon,
Mhm.
and the prospect wife would be yours truly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Doc, you have your own little harem going here.
Tell them what happened to Sharon.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so y'all went in and ate at the Mystic.
Speaking of Sharon, I mean, you have a harem.
No, y'all ate at the Mystic Grill.
Sharon, harem, they kind of go together. Yeah, we
See,
went and ate at the Mystic
That's why
Grill.
I'm not talking to him. Okay, so we went there Friday and
Mhm.
celebrated Sharon's birthday for lunch. And we actually ran into one of the investors of the Mystic Grill because Sharon, we were all sitting there and Sharon's like, "Oh, something's touching my neck." And she's like, "Why are you touching me?" I'm like, "I'm not touching you."
Yeah, before she kept grabbing the back of her head and looking behind her and everything. And so then the owner came over and was like, "Are you okay?" And she was like, "Something just touched the back of my head." She was like, "I have a psychic medium coming in 30 minutes because
Oh.
there's stuff going on."
Cool.
Yeah.
And she was like, "And you're the first customer it's ever messed with." Because she was like, the woman that was coming had asked if she had had any customers deal with it. And she was like, "No, not that I know of." And then she saw it. That's why she like ran over to
Well,
Sharon.
when was that? Was it Friday?
Friday, yeah.
So I'm curious. I can't wait to go back and ask her.
Oh, we can get in there. I'm friends with the owner. So anytime we want to get in there, we can take Bobby and the ghost hunter from Loganville
go.
Paranormal.
Yeah, it was
And then my
very
buddy Mitch is the manager. So anytime we want to go,
I wonder if that's his wife.
cool. I don't know.
no.
Okay.
So who were you speaking with? Was a blonde haired lady?
Blonde haired
Yes.
lady,
Okay.
really pretty.
Her and her husband own burritos.
Yes.
And then they
Okay.
are part owner of the Mystic Grill. And then the mayor of Covington is the part owner.
Okay.
Okay.
So there's a partnership.
Okay.
One couple's half and then he's half.
Okay. Okay.
And then Mitch is the manager.
Well, and we knew there was half and half.
We knew
'cause
there
she
was
said it
half and half because she said
her
there was,
couple
yeah.
or her couple. Her
'Cause
and
I
her
remember
husband.
I
yeah,
thought-
let's just keep confusing it.
I
with
thought
halves
she
and
was the
halves.
mayor's wife at first, and she's like, "No, I'm not married to the mayor." I was like, "Okay."
she made sure.
She made sure that we knew that.
Thanks for the clarification.
Well, we were going to Burritos, but Denise was like, "I really don't know where that is, so let's just go somewhere that I can find." I was like, "Okay."
Look, we had some collard greens up on that joint yesterday. Good friggin' God.
At the Mystic Grill.
Heck yeah.
Oh.
put it this way. Waterhead was even reaching over with his fork across the table to get a bite. Because we kept saying, these collard greens are amazing. And he's like unrolling the silverware. And he's like, hey, look over there. And I was like, it's okay. Get a bite. And then he was like, holy cow. I mean, he was like, oh, yeah, it was amazing. The collard greens. And then we ate this squash, something that was freaking amazing.
Their food
I had
was really
I had
good.
steak,
Yeah.
squash, collard greens. My wife had salmon and then some other stuff that was part of that. And man, it was
Both
amazing.
Sharon and I got the Clock Tower burger, and it's kind of like the burger that we had at
Los Flores.
Flores, and it had the egg on it and everything. Oh my god, it was so good.
Yeah, we had a blast.
And I had to leave it and bring my second half to David for lunch.
And that was my wife's first time being there because typically we have Zaylee. We just don't have time to do these things. It's not that we don't have time, but just we don't have us time sometimes.
Right.
So normally when we finish the event, because during the event, we're always pointing, telling people to go up there and get a drink. We're always pointing. Usually the owners come out and kind of talk to me before we start. And I've known them since before the Mystic Grill opened anywho. So, they come out, hey, Scotty, good to see you. I'm setting up. They're getting ready for the morning. They tell me what time, things are opening for them. We start addressing that fact and telling people to go up. Typically, I try to get up there at the end, and I can't remember if it was spring or last fall. Me, Steph, and Travis went up there I went for Bloody Marys because I need to unwind before I just get in the car and come home.
Right.
So yesterday it was me, let me count it out. Me, Crystal, Waterhead, Karen, Phillip, Abby, Whitney from Horizons, Vicky, and Ron. Wow, there was 9 of us at the table. And then not counting Waterhead's 2 children and Dan Williams' daughter was with those children. So yeah, we took up the roof in that one area for a minute. But we had a blast.
Yeah, the roof is very cool.
I haven't been up to the roof, but
We'll
I
go
want
up
to
there
go.
next time.
I want to go. And
Yeah,
get
but you've been to the
shrimps up
ports. But yeah, you need to get over there, man. It was really awesome.
Yes, that, and I love that Square Perks Cafe down there.
Yeah, you can go down there and hang a boob out.
Huh?
there. Nurse.
Remember that's where the
Oh, I
nursing
was like-
epidemic came from?
Yes.
Boy, I confused Doc for a second.
I know.
Hang a boob out. Yes.
I was like, okay, I'm out of here. I'll see y'all later.
Yeah.
Go to Square Park.
We gotta go Square Park, right?
I want to brag on my brother for a second. He ran the Chicago Marathon yesterday.
What was
His
his time?
First ever Chicago Marathon, or first ever marathon.
Ooh.
His finish time was 4 hours, 3 minutes, and 12 seconds.
Shut
He came in 8,263 out of 45,000. And overall it was 11,918. But he was hoping to be done by noon. He finished at 12:04. So he got really, 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 really close to his mark.
Hey, and anybody that's listening to video, I just tried to adjust some sound. If it sounds like crap, please let me know so I can fix it. But I'm trying to monitor the sound on video a little better.
So yeah, I wanted to brag.
So
on
that's
him for
cool.
A second. Where and he's actually, I get to, and my nephew, my 1.5-year-old nephew was at the finish line waiting for him, and so he held him and stuff when he got.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was really cute, and I get to see him this weekend too. They're going to meet us down in Florida.
Oh, that's cool.
So
No,
Yeah, I hate
no.
that you're leaving because I gotta fill your seat next week.
I can leave us. Never mind.
up.
A sequel.
Ugh. So how about yesterday we had a plastic, I don't know what you would actually call it. Somebody's probably going to tell me, but when you go to the water stand, you have the upside down water jug that's like
Yes.
5 gallons of water. So we started out with one of those yesterday and said, it was empty, of course. We said, hey, we want to fill this by the end of the day.
Mhm.
So instead of everybody, I mean, there was a lot of change in it, don't get me wrong. But a lot of people started putting money in it, dollar bills, $5 bills, $100 bills.
Oh,
Yeah, I sent my kids
awesome.
over with some.
By the end of the day, just the water jug alone was $1,600.
Wow.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Isn't that neat?
That's awesome.
That's very cool.
Did anybody ever come claim the little brown puppy stuffed
No,
animal?
not that I'm aware of, and nobody came to claim a set of keys that we had either.
You kind of have to get home. I
Well-
could see not claiming the puppy dog.
I know, it's kind of an odd situation.
Because I had found it. We were walking around and I'd found it and I was standing over there because if you ran over real quick, I was just going to be like, just tell somebody if they find this or whatever.
Were you there when the sidekick brought it to me?
Yes. Because he grabbed it out of my hand.
The way he
like,
was holding it and walking, like I start backing up.
I found this little puppy dog. It's probably about that. I mean, it's just like a little
It's just
beanie
little
baby.
stuff,
Kind of beanie
yeah, like a
baby.
baby size.
Okay.
And I mean, it's some kids.
But,
they're probably
but he had this look on his face and he kept walking. I kept backing up. He's like, where are you going? I said, dude, you come walking up with something shady in your hand. Like you are the sidekick.
and it was brown.
I don't know what you have in your hand. Of course I'm going to back up. You're the sidekick. Duh.
So then he's walking back and I'm laughing and he was like, did you see him backing up? He was like, I was like, come here.
I mean, you know, when somebody walks up and they're acting kind of shady and they got that jackass eating briars look on their face and he's like, and look, and the way he's holding it, he's not just holding it like this. He's kind of got his wrist tilted. So when he's walking, you couldn't see what he was carrying. All I see you walking with something brown. I don't know what it is.
On a mission.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what you got in your hand, sucker. Go put that thing down. I don't have a clue. And we already had one guy walking around selling a pink purse around his neck. I'm thinking, I don't know what you're walking out here with. That could be a fuzzy whatever. I don't know.
Was that camouflage one? The pink that was on in all the pictures. There was just a pink. I think they were collecting money in it or something.
Yeah, what it was is it was donated. It had a Confederate flag on it. It was pink. I can't remember if it had camouflage on it or not. But it was donated, and what they do is they were selling raffle tickets for, you know, the money goes for the charity, but then if you won that, you won the drawing, you won the purse, but the money all goes to. So that's just a little secondary thing to do.
Okay, that was cool. Did anything exciting happen while we were there yesterday? While you were there yesterday?
I mean, the whole event.
I know it was exciting.
But see me, because I'm in my own work zone. I'm working, you know, and yesterday it was funny because I was needing to walk off to be able to go to the bathroom, and you can't just walk off. So everybody's standing there talking, and I just say, listen, we got this, and they're like, man, you're ADD. And I'm thinking, y'all are a bunch of idiots. Y'all are a bunch of idiots. You're standing in front of my gear. We're talking, yes. And I look over at the table, and it reminds me all the things I need to get done.
Right.
Yeah, y'all are just standing around talking, but I'm working.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm sitting here going, okay, I'm fixing to go take 7 minutes to go to the bathroom. The problem is every time I walk past another group of people are stopping me to talk.
That's why it takes.
So it takes 30 minutes for me to go pee and get back. So they're going, man, you sure did change the subject. Hello, this isn't a family reunion. I'm working, and my brain is all about the show and what I need to get done. If you're trying to invade my space, of course I'm going to talk about what I'm doing because I'm working.
Right.
So it kind of hurt my feelings a little bit. I didn't want to be a jackass and be smart aleck to them because they're just in talking mode, and they weren't respecting the fact that I was in work mode. And then they want to bust a joke on me saying, oh, he's ADD and you did. I'm working. You're up in my space, man. I got to do what I got to do, and I'm on a time clock while everybody else is just standing there talking. So, you know, I'm not trying to biatch and complain about some of my friends, but it's like, come on, dude, I got stuff to do. I'm glad y'all don't. I'm happy that y'all don't, but I got stuff to do.
Where it's a fun event and you have fun and stuff, you're working.
I'm still working, right?
You're still working, so
of course my brain, I keep watching more people put stuff down on my desk, and see, that's a problem on my table. My table's where all my sound stuff goes. I should have broke out the second table for people to put stuff down. Buddha was sitting over there. He was taking stuff, everybody was just setting stuff on my gear. And in my mind, I'm like, y'all can't keep putting stuff on my gear. You can't keep putting stuff on top of my computer. You can't keep putting stuff on my soundboard. You can't just keep putting stuff on there. And everybody else is just standing around talking. And it's just like, you know, if you want to call it ADD, I'd call it more OCD because you're messing with my stuff.
Right.
You know, somebody picked up a $600 microphone and set something on top of the $800 microphone and put the $600 microphone back down. And I'm just like, y'all can't keep touching my stuff.
Y'all don't touch his stuff.
So, you know, it's a combination of people just not knowing. They just don't know. But again, I didn't have any people there helping like I normally do. You know, normally I have Stephanie, Travis, Phillip. When I got there yesterday morning, it was me. Waterhead met me there. 4 or 5 of the other Southern Cruiser guys walk up. Well, Waterhead's the only one that remotely has a clue what has to be hooked up. So I'm setting stuff out, and I'm having to tell people where to put stuff. And I can really only tell them to do manual labor type stuff.
Right.
Like I need a drop cord from this point to that point. And then once the power was set up, the speaker stands were pretty much set up, speakers pretty much set up, then it was me and Waterhead having to plug everything in that took having to know what you're doing. But you know, you still had to get the awning out, and you're on a little bit of a time crunch because at 10 o'clock,
and
you got to have sound.
Say you have to be there.
That's why I have to be there early, and people don't get it.
Yep.
People don't get it. Again, and it's only giving y'all a little bit of a behind the scenes look because people normally show up to a concert and they just have a good time partying. Nobody knows what it took to make that happen.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
So it just is what it is.
It is. She's over there just grinning.
Yeah, she's going through yesterday's pictures.
How did you know?
Because it's Monday and you had a busy weekend and you damn sure ain't talking.
I'm listening to y'all. Because y'all, you know, I'm just listening to y'all.
You've not made eye contact with anybody and you've been over there giggling. We already know what you're doing. Look at her. If you could turn a nice purple shade of laughter, embarrassment, you would be that right now. Because you just got busted.
Because most of the pictures she took she can't put on Facebook.
I'm sure.
I did put all my pictures on Facebook this weekend.
Okay.
That was very good.
Okay.
It was nice to see all my friends. I missed everybody. But I was glad to be home last night. And I was glad to be home last night.
You have no stories? We are on the radio show.
That you can tell on the radio.
I was like, okay, what can I tell on air? Okay, well.
Okay, explain the shirts.
Which shirts?
The shirts everybody was wearing.
Oh, the Pride School shirts. We all marched with the Pride School. The Pride School is going to be opening in January. And it's going to be a safe space for everybody. For the children who identify as gay and lesbian, for educators who identify as gay or lesbian, because, you know, and I thought that this had changed, but you can actually lose your teaching job for being a gay or a lesbian here in Georgia.
How's that legal?
Because Georgia has no protections for sexual orientation.
Oh.
So the school district could walk in and say, you know what, we don't want you here anymore.
And what did the shirt say?
It just said, it had a picture of a man. It had a picture of like a woman wearing a half a dress and pants, half a dress on one leg.
They were stick figures, basically.
Yeah, they were stick figures. Yeah. And it was all about empowerment, you know, and being free to be. And it was great because Christian, who's the director of the Pride School, wasn't really expecting a whole lot of people to come out in March because a lot of people were working the booth. So I sent out a message on Facebook and I rallied my friends.
Rallied the troops.
I rallied the troops, and the troops came out and supported because I couldn't march.
Let me say something and just piss everybody off real quick. So here's the thing that gets me. If I have to allow you to have freedom of religion, if I have to allow a Muslim into our country, even though his religion says kill everybody that's not Muslim, if I have to allow a Muslim to work at a county job, even though his religion says kill anybody that's not Muslim, if I have to allow Muslims in school, even though their religion says kill anybody that's not Muslim, if I have to allow all these Muslims whose religion says I can kill you because I don't want to be around you because you're not Muslim, if I have to allow all this Muslim crap, then how is our government not standing up being smarter to say freedom of choice? So if you want to date a woman, that's your business. But you know what? I don't remember anything in the lesbian handbook saying go kill somebody that's not carrying testicles. And I don't remember anything in the gay boy handbook that says go kill anything. I just don't get it.
Right.
But yet I got to give you Muslims your freedoms to want to go hack me up in small pieces and cut my head off. But then the gay folks that don't want to hurt anybody, They just want to love each other and have their own life. We gotta show hate for them. Now, how's that make sense?
It doesn't.
How does that make sense at all? Love
Right.
thy neighbor is strictly love thy neighbor. Who cares?
No matter what.
Who cares what he feels and believes?
Right.
But I shouldn't care about the Muslims and what they believe, whatever. But again, they're preaching hate. They're preaching, if you're not one of us, we should kill you. And if that's the case, then why support that? You know?
Well, it's like yesterday we had, we always get counter protesters at our march for Gay Pride. And yesterday, some of the counter protesters infiltrated the parade. And the biker chicks took care of it, because as the counter protesters were going up and down the street with their big megaphones, the women on Harleys, I mean, these women, these are some bad chicks. And so they take their Harleys, and it's like they form almost a rolling roadblock around the protesters. They drown them out, and it gives the people, because we have people that we call pansies, and they carry these flowers that are actually pansies, and they hold them up and they cover the signs of hate so that the children don't have to see that.
Oh, wow.
And I was just like, shout out to the biker community.
So who was down there protesting?
It was that same, it's like a fraction of that same guy that you had in Covington. All of his peeps came up there, and they had the signs, and they were yelling at the little kids, you're going to hell. And
see, this is where I would like to, when we because we talked about making a Zales law.
right.
And part of what I want to do is just like this friggin' idiot that comes to Covington. You think you have the right to practice your freedom of speech. You come yell at me all you want.
But leave the kids alone.
But if I have to look at the fact that anyone under 18 is considered a minor,
Mhm.
then you have no rights, sucker, to talk to my kids, my nephews, my nieces, my little cousins, Denise's kids. I don't think you lawfully have a right to call a 5-year-old little girl a whore and she's going to hell because of her parents' sins.
Right.
I think his testicles should be cut off. My personal feelings, take his nuts and put them in a jar and make his wife look at him on the kitchen counter for the next 6 years that he's in the state penitentiary for being a dick. You don't mess with people's kids. I held my granddaughter yesterday. I wouldn't even walk around the guy because I made it legally. I've made it clear. I've told him face to face, don't mess with me no more. He's harassed me on Facebook. I told him not to mess with me no more. You mess with me again, I put a TPO against your dumb ass. But I said the words yesterday. I said, you let him say something to me and he yell at my granddaughter, I'm going to go to jail. Don't mess with my kid. And you know what? Every other American feels that way. Don't mess with my kid.
Right.
Leave the kids alone.
Right.
So there's my little rant for a second. He's a jackass. Somebody needs to cut his nuts off. And that's just how I feel
On a Monday morning.
on a Monday
Yeah.
morning.
But yeah, we have fun though.
That's awesome.
People just don't need to harass kids.
And then
What kind of punk ass bully are you? You're harassing a kid. You are yelling at a kid. Ooh.
right.
Does that make you feel like a man?
Yeah, doesn't make you feel any better.
You're
about
yelling
yourself.
you're yelling at little girls. Does that make you feel like a big man? Ooh, I'm so scared of you on your little soapbox, you little friggin' idiot.
Yeah. they were
So,
out of control.
anyways, I can't stand anybody harassing kids because that's stupid. Yeah, definitely the karma bus.
Yeah. The
Don't jump in front of my bus. The brakes are really not that great.
I loved it.
I might accidentally not hit them or something. I don't know.
Mm-mm-mm.
Oh, and then yesterday.
And I mean, just like that jackass is entitled to his opinion, we're entitled to
we're
ours.
entitled to
you know?
ours. Freedom of speech.
That's right. You got your free go start. You're working at a friggin'. This is what makes no sense. The idiot works at a funeral home
Does he?
and he talked crap about bikers the last time we did the St. Jude's thing, but yet he talked crap about bikers and said us helping St. Jude's children's was not going to get us in heaven.
So he's
But
gonna go
hold, you don't know the story, so hold. So then come to find out he had a little cousin that was dying, but yet the bikers were helping her.
Mhm.
But that was okay
Oh,
'Cause-
wow.
because it was helping her. He didn't mind that. And then, I mean, I know that's a twisted way of looking at it, but facts are facts.
Mhm.
You know, you wanted to talk smack about us, but yet we were helping your family,
Mhm.
you know, and we being the biker community. And then when you know, he's talked all that smack about the bikers and then when a funeral takes place at the funeral home in Stone Mountain, right there in the main city part of Stone Mountain, across from what used to be the ice cream shop. So y'all can go find him. We walk in and there he stands. So I say, "Hey!"
Wow.
And then I walk over to, you know, a few of the choice vocal ones and I said, "Y'all do remember that jackass right there, don't you?" And then everybody turned and went, "Holy cow." So that's where he works.
Wow.
So anybody would like
why
to know.
Why are you going to go to a bike event? And because
It's for St. Jude's Children's
you
Hospital.
do not. For number one, you don't mess with bikers because they stick together like glue, and they will stand up for pretty much anything unless it's wrong.
Right.
And so, seriously,
Well,
are you asking for
Hey,
like a death wish?
can I tell you something? Stupid has no limits.
Yeah. No.
Do you remember them old cassette tapes that would just like get stuck on play?
Yeah.
Mhm.
He's stuck on stupid.
And cruising on dumb.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You can't fix stupid.
Mhm.
You just can't fix stupid. So he wants exposure and he wants airtime. The joke's on you, idiot.
You got exposure.
You
already.
You got exposure. You got exposure.
And you got you a good old fashioned criminal arrest record. to
Well,
go
and
along
you know,
with it.
from what I understand, they didn't put it. They put him in the car or whatever. I don't know the whole story on that. They let him go, but you know, the paperwork still will be going in front of the district attorney,
That's right.
and I hope they lock his ass up.
Mhm.
You know, I would love to know when the court case is. I will come and speak on your behalf and
It's
tell them
open
that
record.
that you're an idiot and you don't know what comes out of your mouth. I'll be more than happy to make you look crazier than you already look if that helps you on your criminal defense.
No, it's open record. If you want to go find.
But it's just not right messing with kids, man.
No,
No.
it's not.
You want to scream, you can go down to the homeless people and scream at them about doing drugs if that's what you want to scream about. Hell, take you some chicken noodle soup down there and feed them while you're at it because, you know, I went and fed the homeless and I didn't have to scream at them. You know, it just blows my mind.
Mm.
Just blows my mind.
It's crazy.
If people want God, they go to church.
Right.
Right.
You freedom of religion is the fact. That's what it is. It's the freedom.
Freedom.
If you choose to be that person.
You don't have to force feed shove
Man,
it down
no,
my
that's
throat. No.
stupid. And you damn sure don't force nobody's kid to do nothing. That might as well be statutory rape, son. Just saying. All right. That's statutory rape of the brain, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Forcing that,
Yeah.
forcing crazy down somebody's throat.
Forcing crazy.
All right, y'all, let's shoot off the commercial. We'll be right back. We have Nick from the new car wash coming in this morning. We're going to start doing some stuff with these cats to discuss the keeping up, you know, your paint jobs and keeping up the look of everything because we are some vain people. Don't think for a second we're not. Look at the fancy cars
The new car washing on sale.
that
in Lowe's.
everybody has.
Get your ride clean and enjoy the flow. A little bit of buff, a little bit of shine. I'm sorry.
You finish?
I don't.
She doesn't know the rest of it.
I don't know the rest of it.
Wow. All that, and you can't even finish it.
He's gonna hurt you.
All that and a bag of chips. All right, we'll be right back.
Hey, I'm notorious for getting people to a certain point and then stopping.
Oh
I don't want
Lord.
to hear no more of that.
Isn't that right, prospect wife?
I'm
God, my
staying
eyes,
quiet
man.
on this one.
I'm fixing to get me some new sunglasses. My Oakleys have just had it.
Are you getting the ones like with the rose-colored glass?
I don't know.
lens that I
I'm
have?
trying to find Gino with White Brothers has a connection with some people that work for that place called Costa. They make the
Oh, okay.
glasses
Yeah.
that you go fish with. It's supposed to be so good with the glares, and it blocks. And they say it blocks a lot of the white light, which is what my problem is.
Right.
But I do need to get some glasses to wear in here. not quite sunglasses. I don't know.
Right.
They make all sorts of them from different amount of light. So
Right.
I may end up with having to get 2 pair. 1 pair to wear in here and 1 pair to wear.
Bella, you want to say? Bella, come on.
Bella, Bella, Bella. That's okay. So this morning when I was out walking the dogs, I was like, "Oh my God, this looks like Sleepy Hollow." I know. Whew. What a man, what a man, what a man, what a my good man.
I need to go see if my daughter's up. I just thought about that. She said she's supposed to get it with me.
Oops.
Mm.
That's not it. Did you hear about that teacher? I think he's in New York, but he walks his class home every day because they live in gang territory.
Oh, really? That's kind of cool.
Yeah, that is very cool. Actually, no, it's Memphis, Tennessee. Mr. Snyder is his name.
So yeah, that's something I got to remember.
Okay.
I just wanted to address that. Freaking that sound's killing me. I muted the mic for just a second and the computer goes zoop, and takes the volume way high.
Did Bella go poo poo?
Really? You couldn't say that live on air?
What? I just asked did Bella go poo poo.
Yeah, but people on air don't care.
I was talking to Bella, not the people on air.
You're from a microphone.
Did Bella go poo poo?
Yeah, I'm gonna kill you.
And
Tell me.
that is so not a healthy breakfast.
All right, we're going back live. Really, Doc?
That is so not a healthy breakfast.
Did I see you bring anything?
I brought a plant-based cracker.
That looks like a coaster I should set a glass on.
Is that the one you get from Jason's Deli? The
No.
pumpkin seed
No.
grain.
Well, these are actually these are plants and whole grains, and it's called the Engine 2 diet.
Yeah, piece of cardboard. Looks like a coaster I should set a drink on.
It's good for you, Scott.
I'm sorry, but I have to agree with him on that one.
It's
That
good
doesn't
for
look
you.
appetizing,
But it's really good for you. It's plant-based. and
but
we
it
should-
doesn't fill you up.
But you should be
Maybe if
eating-
I put some icing on it, it would taste good.
You can put some Nutella.
you
Kind of like this cupcake I'm eating that Aaron Hill's mom made.
that you're not supposed to be having for breakfast. I'm sure that Aaron Hill's mom did not want you to eat cupcakes for breakfast, Scotty.
I'm sure she just wanted me to eat it.
With a mouthful.
Not for breakfast.
Jacob goes, ha 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 ha, coaster. Okay, so
Wait a second. Do you know the difference between breakfast and dinner?
About 8 hours.
Where the sun shines. That's the only difference.
that's funny.
I mean, truthfully, come on. You're going to eat dinner. Who goes to Waffle House 3 o'clock in the morning? Is that breakfast?
Me. Yeah,
It's a midnight
Waffle
snack.
House.
it's a midnight snack.
It is.
Let me clarify that. That's a midnight snack at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yes.
What watch are you going by?
Well, I mean,
That explains why you were late.
let's not talk to him anymore.
Why do I keep getting pulled into this? No, because I'm the prospect wife?
That's right. Let's don't talk to him.
Blame it on the white girl.
I know, right?
I got to rally my troops.
That's funny. Okay, so I read an article this weekend about, and I want to get input from listeners and everything about weird phobias. Like the weirdest things that, like, do you have any kind of weird phobia?
Well, duh. Look at her.
I just
Ben?
don't like. I don't mind snakes and bugs, but I can't stand rats.
I can't stand a rat either.
Oh my gosh! If you put a rat in front of me, I'm on top of the table. I don't care if the table gonna break, but I can't do that. I can't do rats.
Well, I mean, that's kind of, I don't want to say normal phobia, but I mean, like some of the ones that I read were buttons. Like, I have a phobia.
I tell you a thing. I don't know that I'd call it a phobia. I just kind of find it disgusting and gross, nasty, and that's like nasty, wet hair in the drain of the shower, and it's got like soap chunks around it, and
Sardine juice.
it's just disgusting. I mean, it's just absolutely disgusting. I can't help it. It grosses me the hell out.
Like this person, I have a phobia of buttons. I can't explain it, but they gross me out to the point where I not only avoid wearing them, but avoid jobs and situations that would make me wear a polo or a button up.
Wow.
Yeah. Moths.
Moths?
Yes.
Wow, that's kind of weird.
Well,
I mean, I don't have a phobia about cockroaches, but the problem is cockroaches are referenced to nasty, period, because
Yes.
what they eat. you know?
Right. This person's terrified of pickles. Even typing it almost made her puke. Like, really?
Wow.
Nuns. Somebody has a phobia of nuns. Mozzarella sticks.
Mozzarella sticks? That's kind of weird. What's a
Because
mozzarella
she's
stick ever done to you?
She's scared that if she takes a bite, it's going to be so stringy that she like swallows half of it and she chokes to death. That's her fear.
Well, I bet she's really scared of floss.
What was that?
Oh, it's Nick.
Oh. Scared the crap out of us.
Oh, you did text. I had it on vibrate.
We'll go
See,
back to
this is why I needed to get a sign that points to follow the sidewalk. Yeah, I see now. I'm here. My phone's on vibrate.
We'll continue our phobias in a little bit.
No,
bad-
because there's a phobia all by itself. Just don't lean your face into her face at first, but she'll be okay in a second. She loves attention, so she's just like some of these other two hoochies right here. They just love attention.
Okay, we're
He
not
did
talking
call
to
me a
him.
hoochie. Oh, so now because he called you a hoochie, now you don't want to talk to him. When I said let's don't talk to him earlier, you wanted to talk to him, but now since he done called you a hoochie, now you don't want to talk to him. Okay.
Look, she's going ghetto. She's like,
Look,
Okay.
you are like rolling around with the good wife, the ex-wife, and the prospect of another wife. You want to act like you want to think saying a harem is acceptable, but if somebody drops a hoochie word, you get offended.
I don't have a harem. I just simply have really good friends who support me.
Huh. Hoochie don't sound too far out. They support you, do they?
Is this like Sister Wives?
Kind of, but except it's upgraded.
Yeah, this story just keeps growing. Where's Jack? Because the beanstalk's got to be close.
Well, David is our Jack.
Oh my God. Did I ask for this? I think I asked for this. All right, everybody, hang tight. We're going to shoot off to another commercial real quick. Nick with the new car wash.
On Salem Road, get your track clean and enjoy the flow. A little bit of bump, a little bit of shine. Something, and I can't remember the rest. Play the commercial.
The funny thing is by you saying this, Joe Leeper. Joe, if you can take a break when we come back, and I want you to do it because Joe Leeper has sat on the bus one night on the way to the laser show. And let me just say this. He can quote you every commercial we have word for word.
He's at the beach. He ain't gonna answer nothing.
Right, he's at the beach.
You don't know that don't mean he's not listening.
Well, he
I
did
forgot
have it
he's
up on his
vacationing. I
balcony.
forgot he is vacationing.
He did have it up on his balcony and it had the Just for Fun app open.
See?
So.
So, all
But
right,
that was at night after.
we'll be right back, everybody. Hang tight. Oh, yeah.
That's gonna be me next week.
And every time you'll lift your arm, she'll go and try to get your arm back over her
Yeah,
head.
I see that.
Come on, B. Come on. Come on. I got to move the camera.
Come here, Bella Bella.
Which mic
Come on,
do you
baby.
Come here,
want
Bella
started?
Bella.
He goes in that chair,
Okay.
but I'm going to move the camera. Come here, B.
Go lay down. Go lay down. I know you're a good girl.
Yeah, we were just upstairs moving cars, too, to make sure that we had room for you.
Go lay down. Come on.
Yeah, it's just like,
Come here, Bella
No, lay
Bella.
down. It's too many people. Come on, B.
Come here, B.
Come on. Come here, lay down. She thinks she's in trouble now.
No, you're not in trouble.
It's okay. Go lay down,
Come
chick.
here, Bella.
Go lay down.
Bella, come here. She's like, I'll
Go
protect
lay
you.
down.
Go lay down.
She's like, I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I didn't do
Good
it."
girl, Bella.
Good girl.
yeah,
Good girl.
Oh, yeah, man. We
Yes, you are.
did the thing for St. Jude's Children's Hospital.
Lay down.
But that's that one we do 2 times a year.
Mhm.
And it just, I'm not going to say consuming, but boy, it'll definitely take up a day.
It's getting so long.
Your hair
We
is.
was on top of Mystic. I never got to go to the Mystic and actually.
No, I
eat
want you to
dinner,
wear
so
your
we
house
were-
like you
6
had it
p.m.
in your
this
house.
right here. 6 p.m. we
Where
were
my
up there
what?
eating. And then what really was surprising is my wife, I let my wife order and collard greens showed up to the table. And I would never thought I'm going to eat collard greens at the Mystic Grill. But good Lord.
I'll send you a picture of the dress we chose.
I then start trying to go, I need a recipe.
I need to
the
lose
recipe.
weight.
So
Right
that's a good day when you're trying to get the recipe for collard greens at the Mystic Grill.
I gotta get rid of my beer belly.
We need to go work out, baby.
As you say that.
After Gravity commercial was playing.
We need to go work
That's what
out.
I was gonna say. You sit there and say that you need to work out, but yet every day it's like, I need some beer.
Heck yeah.
Oh, the car wash.
And on top of that, craft beers are not like light beer, right? See,
There's nothing light about them.
that's what I was getting at.
But
Not
you can
that
drink
I'm
all the
knocking it.
wine.
I'm just saying.
You can drink wine and it doesn't put any weight on you.
I'll just buy the rest of the Ricos up
Little
there.
Richard says he has a drowning phobia.
Yeah, I saw that.
And then I wanted to also bring up today about all the people that are getting hacked that are just clicking things on Facebook. See, if you're using your phone, I don't ever hear about anybody with Mac with iPhones getting viruses. I have heard people
with
With
Androids.
droids.
Yeah.
say they've gotten viruses from Facebook and stuff. But a couple people I know, several people, matter of fact, have been clicking these things where it's like, wait till you see what this did. Wait till you see what happened at the end of this.
Oh yeah.
And what happens is when you click it, it then pops up something else and it's asking, will you allow this? The problem is in your mind, are you allowing this video to play? But the problem is you're clicking, I allow this, and that's how it gets into your computer.
Well, I have a virus protector app
On it.
on my
Okay.
phone. You need
Well,
to
a couple
download
of
it too,
folks-
Doc.
I got
I know.
I had that.
The Security 360.
It's
Yeah.
happened to me, and it's happened to several other people where it gets in their computer. What happens is it gets in your Facebook, and then it attacks the email address
yes.
that's attached to your Facebook, and then it just starts sending out random stuff.
Yeah.
Mine has been attacked and sent porn to my mom, my dad, my uncle, my aunt, my daughter's email address.
And your mom was like, "What is my son looking at?"
Right. But then I got lucky with one time it happened. Peggy from Horizons, it was sending stuff to people, and it's just stupidly talking about a video from yesterday. But it said to her, "Look what I caught you doing yesterday," and she's like, "That doesn't sound like Scott at all."
Mhm.
So she didn't click it. She said then a few minutes later, she saw me go across Facebook saying, "Don't open anything that says it's from me." And that's how they found it. But then I know another person, him and his wife are separated right now due to this, because she really believes that 1,700 messages over a 5-hour period was him.
Seriously?
17. Who can do 1,700 messages in 5 hours?
I don't know. I got fast thumbs.
But she's like, you were on these single sites. And it's like, I was not on these single sites. Well, it shows your face. 1,700 messages. Come on. I know. That's not possible. Bella, get over
Bella.
here. Bella,
Bella, come here.
come on. Get over here, lay down.
You.
Come on.
She said, "Come on, Redden."
Okay. I'm going to go back to the show and I'm going to go lock her up. Let her chill.
Let you chill.
I love to see Zay try to do the snap for Bella. That is so cute.
Is she growling?
No.
No.
Oh, is she
She's
down?
laying by
She's laying down.
Great. She's laying on that one. I'll put her bed over there then. All right. Y'all take it back.
Okay.
And we're back.
And we're back.
With an extra person.
And we got rid of my white man.
Is he in the lake?
He's in the lake. Yeah. We finally got that paracord that I've been looking for.
I got this. I brought the cement blocks this morning.
Oh, cool. Oh, darn. He's like a cockroach. He just keeps coming back.
He's like a what?
He's like a cockroach. He just keeps coming back.
You really?
What? We were just.
Well, you're like a caterpillar.
Oh crap.
Yes, Scotty. How am I like a caterpillar?
I'm waiting for you to disappear and come back pretty.
Oh,
You waited. You waited. You waited.
you know what? Just wait.
Yeah.
God.
Just wait. Benny is listening.
But you're making jokes calling me a cockroach.
Benny is listening. Mhm.
Mm-mm.
Hi, Nick. Is it Nick?
Yes.
Hi, Nick. How are you?
Hi, Nick.
How are you?
We've got the new car washing on Salem Road.
Take that and just lean it up just a little bit. It's flexible.
All right.
There you go.
There you go.
Awesome.
His first time in, man. And Nick was one of the very first sponsors of Just for Fun Radio.
I've been using the new car washing on
Yay.
Salem Road since 2009.
I need to before we're leaving for vacation Saturday morning, so I need to come get it washed.
I brag about the good thing with these cats is the moment you get out of your vehicle, it's all on video.
Yes.
Not just for your protection, but for their
theirs.
protection. But you can't nickel and dime them and say, "Oh, well, you scratched." Look, it's all on video. So your safety, you don't have to worry about people stealing anything out of your car, because you've always heard these stories
Right.
of a credit card go missing. You've always heard these kind of stupid stories, but his stuff is all under surveillance. He can tell you, "Oh, this person was in your car, and I know that didn't happen."
Mm-hmm.
Well, and what I love about them is they save your tag number in their computer system. So when you walk in, they'll pull you up and they'll say, "What's your tag number?" And it's like, boom. And then you get this little frequent wash card. And if it rains within 4 days, you can, is it 2 days or 4 days?
2 days.
2 days. Okay.
Mhm.
If it rains, you can take your car
add
back.
on to it over there.
Well, no, because I remember one time that was the time when it was like raining every other day and they gave me
Right.
4 days to come back in. And, but yeah, so I've used them because I have leather interior and I thought that getting leather interior with kids was the best move to make. And it would have been had I got black leather interior, but I got blonde and Niles wasted
So
barbecue
you had a blonde
sauce.
moment.
I had a blonde moment. Niles wasted barbecue sauce from one end of the back seat to the other.
See, if you had blonde seats, you should have only allowed him to have honey mustard.
I know, but I didn't.
There
I
you
wasn't.
go.
I mean, there's your answer.
I was not expecting the child to literally, and then he didn't tell me.
Keyword child, right? You do
Yeah.
realize that.
Keyword child, but then he didn't tell me. So
You
he
should have just
takes,
gave him some red Kool-Aid too.
he takes all of his clothes, and because we had a couple of jackets in there, so he puts it on top of it, trying to clean it. Well,
That's called hide, Mom.
No, he's trying to.
He was,
Thanks for giving him credit.
he was trying to clean it.
He
I'm
was
kidding, I'm
trying
kidding.
to.
But then I parked in a parking deck in downtown Decatur in the summertime.
Ooh.
So, I get in the car afterwards and I'm like, oh my gosh.
It smells like barbecue
It
sauce. in
smells
here.
like barbecue sauce. And at this point, it's baked onto the seat. I was just convinced that the car I was like, oh my God. It's
Now I'm going to have to go
ruined.
trade it in.
That's exactly what I said. I called Benny and I was like, we've got to trade the car in because my seats are ruined.
Well, they're not going to take it because
Yeah,
of the
that's
barbecue stain.
that's the correct answer.
But the new car wash on Old Salem Road hooked me up.
It's funny. I've actually gone to bat for these guys over something. You probably know nothing about this, but when I say the story, you'll be like, ah. So me and Stephanie, I don't eat Checkers a whole lot. One particular day on the show, we talked about Checkers. I was like, hell yeah, let's go get some Checkers. So we get there and the landscape guys are there. So we're sitting there eating, and not only did these yahoos come by and blow crap up on me and my food as I'm eating, I watched a black Mercedes and a silver Lexus pull right out of the new car wash. Just had a bath, and the dude's blowing everything in the street, and I was like, "Oh, I would kill you." A brand new Lexus
Yeah.
and a nice Mercedes just had a bath.
Even
And
if
you're
it's
blowing
my,
that.
Even if it's my mom mobile, I'm still going to be pissed if I
Oh, yeah.
left
Right.
the car
I would just be
wash.
hot though. I mean, it just blew my mind. A work truck, come on, no big deal. But why would you do that to a car? A nice car.
And I've noticed a bunch of the landscaping people, if there's cars passing, they'll stop, which is nice.
Well,
But-
from what I understand, they're not legally supposed to do that, but they do it anyways.
blow it out on the street.
Mhm.
I didn't know that.
Like a guy on this road turns his lawnmower where it shoots in the street. But what you don't think about is if you're blowing rocks across somebody's car, you're ultimately responsible for that.
it.
Right.
And don't they realize that when it blows into the street, when cars
just
come by, it
blows
just
right back.
blows right.
Mm-hmm. Stupid people.
Stupid is and stupid does.
Common
right.
sense. Which
Well, they don't issue that at the library anymore. Common sense was that. So, what's going on with you, Nick? So, you wanted to come in? What you thinking? What you got going?
Yeah, I'm just glad that the rain has finally left and we have some nice weather.
God, yes.
yes.
Yesterday is beautiful.
it was.
I know a lot of people's cars are dirty and they need to get it washed. So, I need people to come on in and we can take care of, your guys' needs.
That's right, man.
From simple car washing to, hand waxing, detailing, interior cleaning.
Mhm.
And when he says detailing, let me say this. I went up a couple weeks ago and I just needed to kind of shoot the breeze with him over a couple things. And he's out there with a dude's black Corvette. And he's the owner and the manager. And he's out there doing it himself too. I mean, to see him out there hand washing and doing some special things to this Corvette, it was kind of like this right here is the proof of hands on. I mean, he was right there with the car doing it himself. So that's really cool because, you always have it in your mind. Oh, somebody's going to do it. Well, you don't realize the owner's going to do it. It's just like Rob's. You don't realize the owner's going to be the one doing it. So
Right.
these people are taking pride in their job. It's their business to take pride in their job and make sure it's handled the way they want it handled. And that's the one good thing about the new car washes is the way the line goes. And I think we had a discussion one time, me and Nick did, about somebody had made a comment about some dirt or something being in the car,
Mhm.
and the car goes through the car wash and then gets vacked out, correct?
Correct.
So then there's no, my car was washed and then your guy got in it and dirtied it up.
Right.
They've fixed that. That's not going to happen.
Mhm.
Your car gets vacked after the wash. So there's, if anybody's dirty feet got in it, it was yours.
Right.
So that's a really cool thing too. And his office has a nice big window that actually looks into the bay that the cars go through on the machine too. So he has firsthand, not only firsthand look through video, he has his own eyes. He actually can just look. He just turns around and looks right at the car. So, and then the spectators have a window as well in the waiting room.
Correct.
So you could stand there and watch your car. You physically can see every second that your car's there if you truly want to.
Yeah.
Right. Now,
After it's been there 100 times, though, you just kind of put trust in it. But, you
Yeah.
know,
now, what are we looking at if I have a van?
Mhm.
What are we looking at for just like a basic wash and vacuuming?
Like a basic wash, vacuum, we clean all the windows inside the vehicle, cargo areas vacuumed as well. We wipe down the dash and console, clean out your cup holders for you, hand dry the outside, and we wipe down all the door jambs inside the vehicle.
Nice.
For a van, it starts at $17 right
How can
now.
you beat that?
Can't.
You cannot, because I don't do that much myself.
well, I was going to point out something. I know me and my problems. I can only assume you have 3 kids. Your cup
don't-
holders
in the back,
always have crap in them.
Yeah.
Because you ball up your gum wrappers or whatever's been in your
Mhm.
pocket, you drop your lint, your pennies in. Think about the fact that how many people vac but don't check a cup holder, and that's kind of part of their thing. And the door jams as well. Think of the interior of your door jams, and then also think of where you put your hand to close the door every day.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, and I'm just saying now when I bring it up there, I'm not responsible for what you find in my kids' cup holders. I don't know if there's like sticky stuff in like it's
I just got this from a listener. They detailed my wife's car and did a great job.
awesome.
yeah.
And now your husband's chiming in too, so I'm gonna go see what he had to say.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Neil
I don't know if I want to know what
He says, "Holy shit, they have not seen our car."
it's going to go up to like 50 by the time I'm
Now,
done.
Alex just asked a question, and I might just not be familiar with it, but he says, "Do they still have the $20 subscription? Is that something y'all had?"
Now, we offer what we call monthly passes
Okay.
for the vehicle. So it's like kind of like for somebody that wants to make sure that their car is cleaned every week. So we offer a monthly package to where you can come in as many times as you want. If you want to bring in the car every day that we're open, you can bring it in.
Man.
And it's a flat rate. So if you come in, say if you come in once a week,
Mhm.
you're going to spend, you figure 4 times a week, you're going to spend a certain amount. Well, we offer a discount if you want to do that.
And your basic wash is what, $8?
Basic outside wash is $8.
So there's
yes.
just a basic. So if you figure just your basic at 4 times a month, I mean, you've already done that. I mean, that's a no-brainer at that point.
Mhm.
Holy cow. See, I didn't even know about that. I should have known
So
about
I
that.
can do that with the van?
You can do that with the van, and we offer this package on. We start at like $20, and then we go on up depending on the level of wash. So if you
Okay.
want to do the basic in and out, then we'll go up then the price on that. But basically, we charge you instead of you paying, like if you wanted to pay every time that you come on in, that's at least 4 times a month. So basically, we discount it a whole wash for you. So basically you're only paying for 3 but getting 4, or if you come in more than once a week, then you're
Yeah.
already covered.
You're already
Right,
covered it
yeah,
if
yeah.
you come in twice a week.
Correct.
And then with the weather being the way it is, I mean, come on, yesterday, soon as the sun started shining, somebody could have came in and used their $20 pass.
Exactly.
That is a no-brainer.
Yeah.
I didn't know about this, so I'm actually kind of happy to hear that because I didn't know. I need to push that because I didn't know about that. That's a hell of a deal. That is awesome.
Bubbles is my cousin, but her boyfriend says she said her boyfriend has the car washing plan or the monthly
Okay.
monthly thing.
The unlimited monthly pass. Yes.
Yes. So yeah.
Now, I got one of the listeners asking how much are some of your plans?
Right now, okay, so the basic outside wash, just what we call our wash and go package, starts at $8. Basically, that is a tunnel wash, and we hand dry the outside for you, and then you just take your car and go. That's why it's called Wash and Go.
Yeah.
We have the Glisten, which is what we would consider our basic inside and out, which gives you the vacuum, clean the windows, wipe down the dash and console, clean your cup holders, dry the outside, and wipe down your door jambs. That starts at $14. Now, there is a charge for, minivans and SUVs and full-size pickup trucks. There's a $3 charge for that on each wash other than the outside only. So anything in and out, we will charge that. Our next level is what we call the Sparkle. That adds what we call triple foam polish wax.
Is that the rainbow one?
That's the rainbow one. It's like it's the yellow, red, and blue wax that you see inside the tunnel that goes over your car. That one also gets the wheel cleaner and tire shine and a choice air freshener for $18. And then our $22 wash, which is called the Radiant, which we go ahead and condition all the vinyl and plastic on the dash and the doors throughout your vehicle.
And that one is called what?
The Radiant.
Okay.
And that one is $22.
Oh, awesome.
And I think that's the one that I used to get all the time because I used to come. You a long time ago, you had Ladies' Day.
Yeah, we still have Ladies' Day.
Okay. Yeah.
Really? Which day is that?
Ladies' Day is on Tuesdays, and Seniors' Day is on Wednesday. And we also offer any military person, active or retired. We offer them every day discount.
That's awesome.
Oh, okay.
Now, Alex was saying on the plans, he says, I pay $35 per month. And he says at a different wash, but it includes rain, X, and tire shine. Is that a different wash, meaning a different location, or is that a different wash plan is what you meant? That way I know, because I don't, when you're reading, some people, when they text what they're thinking, and that, and me running wide open, I never know for sure. But I know when the fact that he brought up your plan, I would assume that means there.
Do you do the Rain-X and stuff?
Actually, right now we do not do Rain-X. We use chemicals in our tunnel. It's called Luster. They are very eco-friendly compared to a lot of the other car wash chemicals that are inside the tunnel. And that's one of the things that we as a car wash want to do, not just, we just want to wash cars and forget about the environment. We use, eco-friendly products inside the tunnel and what we call car wash safe products.
Right.
If you have tinted windows in your vehicle, if you go ahead and use Windex, which has ammonia in it,
oh yes,
you're going to mess up your tint on your windows. So none of our products carry ammonia or alcohol in our products. So they're what we call in the industry car wash safe.
That's very good, especially for what people are spending on their windows.
Yeah.
Because
Correct.
I've actually seen a few of the newer cars that are running around with the lavender-ish, purplish windows, and I'm thinking, my God, you bought the fancy car, you paid all the money, and then you just went home and just grabbed whatever you had to clean your windows, and now you've just destroyed. And I know, like when I had my Corvette back in the day, just my back window was $250 because of the way the curve was on the hatch. So can you imagine some of these cars that have a $400 tint job, and then the guy goes and just sprays the wrong stuff on?
Yeah.
So at least coming to you again prevents that from happening, and you can be a little lazy. You just let somebody else do it. You pay for it. Just saying. I'm looking at you because I'm thinking that car of yours. Good Lord.
Oh my gosh. Shut up.
They'll be like, "Hey, here's this woman again."
Well, we'll have to use a before and after picture.
Yes.
When she comes on in, if she allows us to take a picture of the inside of her car.
Oh, she'll have to. It'll be
She'll
just
have
for
to.
fun. It'll be part of our sales.
Okay. Do I get a discount?
All right,
No,
look,
I'm just kidding.
I'm going to take a second. Look, my daughter starts her first day of school today.
Yay.
All right.
She is now a college student.
Congrats, Emmy.
And I've already
I
gotten
love
her
you.
first day of school pictures.
Isn't that awesome?
She's like, Dad, why are you embarrassing me in front of everybody?
So yeah, first day of college. Awesome. And what's neat is you're going to work first. Okay. But she's taking courses to be able to teach sign language and be a teacher as well. And it's really cool because we've been teaching Zaylee sign language, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah. Little Richard was saying The car wash does an excellent job and excellently priced. My son is fed with a feeding tube and one of his ports popped open and formula went all over my back seat. They shampooed the area and gave it a fresh new scent. I love them.
Oh yeah. I'm telling you, I've been needing to get back up there because everybody's going, dude, your car. And I said, well, you got to think. My daughter had to drive it for a minute, and it's like we've been busy. And then people are going, dude, you're sitting there advertising for them, and you don't even. I'm like, hey, now you got to cut me some slack because I've been extremely busy. And this year the weather's been crazy because one minute it was 97, and the next minute it was pouring down raining. Saturday was living proof. In Conyers, you can have rain and then you can have shine all in the same day.
That whole day was weird.
Saturday was just weird.
It just would randomly rain and then the sun would be shining. And yeah, it was weird.
So in your business, is there any tricks that anybody needs to know as far as oxidation on cars? Say somebody parks under a tree and a little bit of sap falls. Anything you can give like that to kind of be a little tech tip for them?
Yeah. I mean, the good thing about, learning stuff is always to make sure that you get advice from somebody professional.
Right.
Don't try. I mean, other than a house, your car is your second biggest purchase that you're going to make.
You mean the internet's not?
Not always.
Well, I mean,
but it's on the internet. It's true.
The guy pouring Coca-Cola on his rusty bumper, that's kind of odd.
Bring it to the professionals
Right.
first. Don't go off of what you see on the internet, please. I mean,
Yeah, because I could see making the paint job worse and then come to you
Yeah.
and then go, fix this.
How many
Right.
people have
You've
done that?
ruined it.
Tried
Oh,
something and then brought it to you to fix.
We also do headlight restoration.
Mhm.
Oh,
I
God.
had somebody clean their headlights. I don't know if they cleaned it with gasoline
A Brillo
or
pad.
toothpaste or something crazy, but it was on a pickup truck and their headlights were actually melted. It looked like you took a flamethrower to it and
Oh,
it was
wow.
melted. And
Oh,
I'm
my
sitting here and
Wow.
I'm like, your headlights are really distorted. Did you try to clean them yourself?
Right.
And they were like, oh, I saw something on the internet and I tried this.
Right.
And I'm like, you might not want to do that.
I saw a guy the other day on the internet telling people to use acetone, which is just a very stronger version of fingernail polish remover.
Mhm.
And he had a little buffer pad. He put it to his little cordless drill, acetone, and it shined for a few seconds because it was wet.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't think that was going to look that good when it was done.
Yeah.
That was a little strange for me. Acetone is what we used to use to strip grease off of rigid pipe, because we would have to hang, say, a ceiling fan 10 feet down. Well, you'd have to use a piece of rigid pipe to do it. And for us to be able to paint it, we have to use acetone to strip it. Now, I'm thinking if we just used acetone to strip paint off of fingernails, we've used acetone to strip grease off a rigid pipe. How can that be good for a headlight?
Yeah, I don't think it was that good.
That'd be like using carburetor cleaner on your
Right.
headlight. Now, we keep hearing people say you could use bug spray and you can use this and you can use that. And it just trips me out because I don't know for sure. I just, I would be scared.
In the process that we do, we actually use a wet sanding process for your headlights because most of the buildup is on the outside of your
Mhm.
headlights. So what we do is we wet sand them and then we buff it back. We go through, I believe, 5 different.
So you're hitting it with a little polishing compound and actually restoring it,
we
just
wet
like
sand
you
it
would a paint
first.
job, per
Right,
se.
Yeah, we wet sand it first. We go through, different grit levels. And then once we get to our 3000 grit, which is our last stage is the wet sanding, then we polish it back and they look like new. I actually did a 2003 Nissan Altima the other day. And I mean, you're talking about a 12-year-old car. The headlights were yellow. You couldn't even see through them. And I mean, basically, they look like new right now.
And what's just an average price? I'm sure prices may vary depending on the damage,
They vary on in the car because certain cars make their headlights. Not all headlights are the same.
Right.
So, they start at around $50. Now we can do one headlight cheaper than both of them, of course. So if you just have one, if you got in a car accident, a lot of people oh, they fixed this headlight, but now my original headlight looks yucky.
Yes.
So now they're I need to get this one done. If it's one headlight, we might charge you $30.
Wow.
Just depending on how bad it is though. And the type of vehicle. Cause your Mercedes, BMW, headlights are a lot harder to clean than, you know, say like maybe a Honda Accord's headlight. It's just that the material that they make the headlights out of, we have to go through the whole sanding process. I might have to use 320 grit and go 320, 500, 800, 1,000, 3,000 plus 2 polishing, as where maybe a Honda Accord's headlight, I might only have to use 800, 1,000, 3,000.
Right.
You know, so, I mean, as you know, they say, you know, the more time I have to spend, unfortunately.
Right. And of course it's good. Yeah, you have to, because that's business. I know with what you're describing, when I had to have some stuff done, a lady had caused me to have to swerve to keep from hitting her, and I gouged the side of my paint job at a gas pump. And while it was there at the body shop, the guy says, "Hey, do you want me to do your headlights?" And I thought, sure. And what's sad is because there has to be so many different versions and ways to do it, if you will. I now, a year or so after the paint's been fixed, after he did that headlight, my headlights actually look a little worse than before,
right?
As far as the change in colors. But I also have to tell myself the vehicle's now another year or so older than it was before he touched it, which, you know, could just be the very age of the vehicle where it's starting to look like that. My daughter's PT Cruiser, it's almost looking like a yellow piece of paper. Right. You know, you can barely see through it. My wife's car's kind of starting to do it too. And it's the design of the cars nowadays. You know, this is what you're going to have to do. So, I mean, at least you're offering the means to be able to fix it. Because unfortunately, I see a lot of people going to, you know, auto parts stores, and they'll pay the $20 to buy the little kit. The problem is, in my mind, okay, I'm going to go spend the $20 because I think I want to do it myself. Right. And then I'm still going to have to pay you to fix it because I'm going to make it worse. Right. I already just know my patience level, I'll screw it up.
Right. And the thing with the over-the-counter stuff, I mean, some of it does work. I know Meguiar actually sells the wet sanding kit kind of like what I have, but they don't offer the equipment that I have to do it. We have an actual sander.
Yeah.
That is, you know, it's air driven. A lot of these places, they'll just, when they sell you the kit, you got to do it by hand. Right. So you're sitting there rubbing it by hand, trying to get the headlight sanded down to where, you know, I don't know how well you're going to be able to do it, doing it by hand. You know, it takes me probably to do a headlight going through all the stages, probably about 20, 25 minutes. So, Wow. If it takes you by hand, you're figuring you're going to probably be on one headlight there for a minute, almost an hour.
Oh, yeah.
So,
and I suck at polishing compounds. I've tried to do polishing compounds to fix paint jobs, and that's not transparent per se, meaning it's not a clear piece of glass. I tried on my old Dodge Ram. I tried to fix the headlights with that Meguiar's thing, and it looked decent for like the first day.
Right.
And then after I turned the headlight on and heated it up one good time, and then it set in the sun that next day too, it truthfully, I mean, it looked a little better than before I started. But at that point, I already had taken the headlight out, which took me an hour because it was behind my battery and all this other crap. And then it still took me an hour to do it. So it's like, by the time I put the money in it and the time, I could have sat at your building, bought some crackers in the vending machine, drank a soda, played on my phone, and I didn't have to do nothing. I mean, the reality of it is sometimes it's just better to pay somebody and get it done right. That's the reality of it. That's why I push so many people to go to Rob's Performance. You know, I work with you guys because I like working with people. You are great at what you do. Rob is great with what he does. I like to work with people that are great at what they do because then I don't have to stress over it. And I've learned that my stress level is not worth that little bit of money that I thought I was going to save. Because I'm not saving. You're really not saving anything.
Right.
You truly aren't. It's come on. You know, if you complain, I try to explain this to people all the time. If you only want McDonald's, terrific. But you can't go to McDonald's and expect to get Longhorns because you're at McDonald's.
Correct.
If you're willing to cheat yourself over another $5, if you're willing to really cheat yourself over $5, what you deserve McDonald's. It's kind of the same thing. Is if you want to cheat yourself over a car wash, then just go to the spray place and spray it yourself. But the one thing I learned when I had a lowrider, I was right here at Old Salem in Salem, and I went into that car wash rather. I thought I was going to be quick, put a little shine up on the lowrider real quick. My dumb butt picked up that brush, did not think about, wonder what the guy before me did with this brush. Never
Yeah.
thought about it.
Right.
Wow.
Turned it on. I saw it foaming up, and you're running. It's $1.25 for what, 3 minutes?
Yeah.
So I run over there, I put the handle down real quick, and I run over there, I get the brush real quick. I walk right over to the passenger side. I grab that brush and I right where the back right wheel is, and I'm pushing forward, going towards the cab. And I watched on a nice gloss black paint job, I watched a white streak go all the way down the side. It was 3 foot long.
Oh.
And I saw it and I thought, that's got to be soap. That's got to be soap.
No.
What did I do? I ran the brush over it again.
Oh no.
Then I sprayed it off and realized I dumb aced it. I picked the brush up and looked, and apparently somebody had cleaned their wheels or cleaned something under the truck bed or something. I have
Something
no
was
idea.
caught in the
But it was
brush.
inside the brush, and I
Yeah.
just ran it right down my paint job.
Uh,
So at least with your machines, you've got the soft. I want to say
Right.
bristles because I don't know the name
well,
of them.
actually, it's actually called Neoglide.
Okay.
It's kind of like a foam, and it has a coating over it, so it doesn't absorb or hold any dirt. And if you watch when it goes through the car wash, there's always water being sprayed on the wrap.
Mhm.
So what it does is it lifts the dirt and stuff off your car, and then the water cleans the brushes as your car is getting washed.
Right.
Mhm.
So that way, nothing entraps inside the brushes cleaning your car.
That's right.
So
So
You
the
know,
physical contact is just
Right.
cut almost in half. And the
Right.
brilliant part is too, the way the windows are as a new customer, first time, man, you just go watch. You just stay in
Yep.
there and you can see your vehicle from the second it comes in to the second it goes out. You can watch your vehicle the whole time.
That would be a field trip for my kids.
And it's an awesome place for women because they have a phenomenal waiting area. I have gone in there and graded papers.
Oh, their
on
couches are amazing,
Tuesdays.
by
Yeah,
the
their
way.
couches are
I wanted them
amazing.
for my
Thank you.
bus.
Be like,
Yeah.
Doc, can you go with me? Can we have a little like session while we're there?
Absolutely.
I'll lay on the
absolutely.
couch. You sit in the chair.
Oh,
Yeah, they got a nice sitting area outside and inside.
Yes,
Right.
they do.
you know, we have flat screen TVs. You want to watch TV. Also, we provide free Wi-Fi
Mhm.
for all our
Mhm.
customers. And there's another TV over there that you can actually, if you want to sit inside and, okay, what's going on with my car? You can see them actually
That's right.
finishing your car from inside the
Nice.
Yeah,
lobby.
you can watch
so-
everything. That's what I say. There is no secrets there. The only secrets there might just be the trick that they've done to make the car shine. Other than that, there's no secrets. You watch it. I mean, you watch start to go. And the other thing too is everybody there's friendly. I mean,
Yes, they are.
you never have a problem. The really cool thing that I like is as a new customer, when you pull up, they have a handheld type setup with a computer where they're entering your VIN number and keeping up with your car so that they know the next time it comes through. Because I know, and I don't know, I don't want to share too much of your business, but there was an issue one time when I was there and a customer had complained and said, well, I brought my car in and you scratched my car. And he says, well, can I have your tag number? Come to find out, the guy's car had never been there. Wasn't that the guy I think
Yeah,
brought
the-
his wife's car
The
in,
guy
but
brought
not his
wife's
car in?
Right, correct. And, you know, they were like, oh, our car was here the other day. And I'm like, okay, because I'm like, I don't remember your car being here. You know, I might not remember your face, but I'm more, hey, car guy right here.
Right.
I can tell you by, you know, just looking at the front bumper, what kind of car you have. So
That's right.
I'm just like, yeah, I don't remember that car being here. So, you know, every car that gets put into our, you know, wash area, you know, we have to run either your license plate or the last 5 digits of your VIN. So we know what's car's been here and what hasn't in case you don't have your receipt. So everything is tracked by your license plate or VIN number. So I pull on up and I'm like, I'm not getting anything here. And maybe you went across the street and had it done there. Oh, well, you know, long story short, the person never was at my wash, unfortunately. you know.
Trying to do
But,
the
you know,
same.
Very protective for you, though.
Right.
Saves you a lot of heartache and a lot of headache, apparently. But that's very good, though, because that helps you document things to
Right.
know what's really happened.
Right. And, you know, when they come on in, you know, everything's, you know, like, hey, I had a customer that came in and they said, you know, somebody, you know, I was here and something came off my car. It was already loose, but I want to know if you guys still have it so I can get it fixed. Well, you know, I pulled up the thing and I'm like, looking, I'm like, okay, they were here last week and it was on a Sunday. So I know who was running Sunday and what time it was, so I can pull up the camera and see, hey, where did it come off? Did it come off maybe in the wash, or maybe it fell off when they were leaving?
Mhm.
So, I have the different areas where I can check. I check the finish line. I can check the, the car wash area, or, maybe if it got detailed, if it was in a detail area. Well, unfortunately, the customer stuff came off going through a wash, because he did say it was loose. He goes, I forgot to tell you guys. And we do a nightly, check. When we shut everything down, we check over the property. We make sure the tunnel's clean, the wash area is clean, everything's picked up. And if we do find stuff, we go ahead and, hey, this came off somebody's car, boom, we have that, we might save that, because the customer's like, oh, I forgot to tell you it was loose, and, I had the part for the customer. So he goes, oh man, thank you, because, they don't make these anymore, or, and this part's really, expensive if I do get it. So we try to take care of our customers, as best we can. Customer service, we believe, is the number one thing, other than getting your car washed clean.
Yeah, I was laughing. It is lost and found. I sincerely don't mean this to be mean, but I was sitting there one day, and does everybody remember in the, I guess it would be late 80s, early 90s, when people would put the fake cell phone antenna, the curly antenna, on the back window?
Yes.
There was one of those laid in the box. I'm like,
Are you serious?
holy cow, you mean somebody still puts these on cars? So it was hilarious, because I think I don't want to say we, because I don't want anybody to think I bought one of those. People bought those from
He
Pet
had
Boys
one.
and had this cheap, not even 3M adhesive, like this cheap white stick 'em adhesive, and they just stick them on their window. They didn't clean the window, which means it didn't stick worth the crap to begin with. But I saw that and I was like, wow, I didn't even know they still sold these, or it's been on there since 1987.
No, the thing that I love, y'all used to have this package. It was like the Buff and Shine. It was $25.
Yes.
And I used to do that once a month.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we still offer that. Basically, what that is that's a polymer spray on wax that goes on to the paint, and the equipment has what we call polishing wraps. It actually looks like car wash, the tunnel equipment, side wraps, and it has overhead wraps. So we spray on the Buff and Shine spray first, and then the wraps polish it in, and it goes over the car twice. It goes front to back and then back to front. So it goes over it twice. It's really good for cars that, your car's a newer car and you just want to give it that showroom shine again. And it really, it's really good for cars that have, what we would consider like good paint. If it's oxidized stuff like that, then that's when we want to step you into what we call hand wax, because that gets into the paint, lifts, the oxidation off of your car.
I was going to ask that, because like roofs, I notice a lot of cars that have, maybe it might just be a General Motors problem, but a lot of the General Motors, of course, a couple years back, that have a silver roof, you would notice that it would start turning a powder-looking silver. And is that the oxidation from the rain as well as sun damage?
And it just depends on the car. I mean, some of the cars, it might be that it's oxidation. A lot of times it's just that the paint wasn't any good, unfortunately.
Right.
And, and
so it could just be a combination of everything.
Right. And of course, if I say, hey, look, I'm not going to charge you if I can't get it right, or to look how I want it to look.
Right.
Just like with
now, that's great customer service right there.
Just like with the headlights, if I'll be like, look, if I can do this, I'll charge you this, but if I can't, I won't charge you, and I'll do one headlight and I'll bring back the customer. Is this to your satisfaction? And if you like it, then boom, we're good to go. If you don't, then I'll say, hey, look, unfortunately, that's the best I can get it. And, don't worry about it. I won't charge you.
Right. And that's a good way of looking at it.
Yeah.
Too. That's a good way. And again, you're always busy, so you don't get to hear us when we say this, but we always talk about how we're real particular about the sponsors and who we associate ourselves with, because, we don't want people, why would he be calling that phone? We don't want people. It's Jeff usually calls
That's
the other phone
over there.
Well, he's calling my personal number, and I'm like, why is he calling that phone? But we try to make sure that customer service, we want to make sure that that's who we're involved with, because if you do have a problem, we don't want somebody coming back to us going, oh my God, you sent us to these people. No, we're
Right.
sending you to good people because
Right.
we've made sure we're with good people. We don't want to send you to the bad people. Hence the reason we find the good ones, and that's where we send you to the good ones.
And that's why we shop you first before we approach you as a sponsor.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, and with me living in the area,
Mhm.
so it's,
Hashtag-
I'm out here.
Hashtag keep cashing Conyers.
I'm out here, so it's sickening that I can't go anywhere, and they're like, they look at me, and I'm like, yes, I work at the car wash.
Yes. Well, how about my wife? My wife's been working 15 years at Kroger, and as the bakery deli manager, she's always back there with a hairnet on.
Right.
She's always in the same blue shirt,
Yep.
black pants. We've been at weddings. Her makeup's done, her hair's done, and you see people come by going, as you know. And then I have been to this really, really nice wedding. She's sitting next to me, and the lady walks up, and I'm like, yes, ma'am, because I'm thinking song request.
Mhm.
And she's like, oh, not you. Are you the Kroger lady? She's like, yes. But with you, it would be the same way, because
Right.
the other thing too that everybody really needs to know about, when you're located right there on Old Salem Road, that's a busy intersection,
Yes.
and you're going to see Nick, the owner. One of the owners is going to be standing outside almost 90% of the time.
That's true.
He's going to be dealing with a customer. And it's not always that he's trying to fix a problem. He's just out there talking with everybody, answering questions just like he is right now.
Yeah.
Very, very home feel. And that's one reason so many people recognize him now, because they see him out there all the time.
Yeah, you said Tuesday is ladies and Wednesday seniors.
Mhm.
What is the special for ladies or seniors? Like, what is the
It's 10% off
Okay.
all the car washes that go through the tunnel.
Okay.
And if you do get the detail, it is 10% off the wash of the detail, not the detail itself.
Mhm.
So there's different levels that you can choose with the detail. You don't have to it comes automatically with the glisten wash.
Mhm.
But if you, say if you wanted to get it hand waxed and you want the interior shined and everything. So if you want to upgrade to the radiate, which is the $22 wash, then you would get the 10% off the $22.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's really
That is
good.
really awesome. And I'm not just going to slam another company, but let me just say this. I heard tell years ago, right before I started working with Nick, that there was another car wash down the road, and apparently a foreign lady owns it, and a big scratch got put on the car. Brand new car. Lady starts a fight with the guy in the front, swearing it ain't them. And that's where, when I started researching these cats, I'm like, they got cameras.
Yep.
They got cameras. It's not just for their protection, but it's for your
Yes.
protection.
Mhm.
Because if that lady would have had cameras, if that lady would have actually had a little more customer service skills,
Yes.
there wouldn't have been an argument. And here's the problem, is when you started an argument, and this is me pointing out the obvious, when you started arguing with your customer in front of everybody else, that tells everybody else, oh my God, if this happened to me, because it's happening. So that's one reason when we started finding out more about the new car wash, going, man, the cameras, that's the way to go, is in the
Right.
fact that their machine, everything is just done right. And literally, all you have to do is go watch it. It's actually a work of art to see this automated machine do its thing. It's actually pretty cool. So your kids probably would just,
Yeah.
Have a heyday.
be loving life.
Yeah. And
Niles loved it.
just to piggyback that, and say if something does happen. So a customer said, oh, my car wasn't like that. First thing I tell them is like, well, okay, let me check the cameras.
Yes.
Let me see it. Because like you said, we have cameras before it even goes into the
Mhm.
car wash, before anybody touches the car. I'll check it over. I mean, I can see 360 degree. Only place I can't see is underneath your car. I don't have
Mhm.
cameras underneath the track, but on the sides, on the top, the front, the rear, I can see everything as it goes through the tunnel. So, I will go ahead and check, and if I do see it, I'll be like, that was on there. You can come and see the I'll
That's right.
physically show you
Mhm.
where it is on your car. If it's not, then I gotta see what happened, and
Mhm.
I will go ahead and take care of it if it is.
Oh, he
our
will
fault.
now. He will
You
take
know,
care
I
of
mean,
it. That's guaranteed.
Machines aren't perfect.
Mhm.
Sometimes stuff does happen,
That's right.
and hey, we got to take care of the customer.
That's right.
If something does happen,
Yeah, 'cause
I would be upset
that's
if
exactly right.
I was 100% sure and I knew that, hey, look, that wasn't like that. But that's why I have the cameras, because
That's right.
it's not like every time you get in your car, you walk 360 degrees around it and look at every single mark on your
Oh, yeah.
car.
No.
Mhm.
you
And
don't.
just point proven on that. I was changing windshield wiper blades on my passenger side. I flipped the arm up. I took the blade off. I turned for a split second. The arm smacks my windshield,
Ooh.
shatters my windshield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was a small shatter. You know, it hadn't spiderwebbed yet. I mean, it started spiderwebbing.
Mhm.
So my daughter, because the PT Cruiser was getting repaired, my daughter's driving it, and it grew a little over a course of a week. And then she had already been driving it for like 2 weeks, and calls me and says, oh my God, I just don't want you to freak out. But I came out from class and the windshield cracked. And I started giggling. And she's like, why are you laughing? I said, that's been broke for like a month now.
And she
I
just
said, how did you
noticed
not see it? And I admit it is from my height where I see it, I can see it. But for her height, it blends in with the hood, the way the
Right.
windshield is. But of course, I'm joking, going, how did you not see it? It's on the right side. But again, that's the point, is I hate door dings, so I park far enough away in parking spots, but that doesn't mean everybody does. So you don't know what's happening to your paint job. Like my wife's car is getting beat up every day at Kroger. Sorry, I got an itch.
I hate hit and run drivers.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Mhm.
Well, let's shoot off to a commercial real quick. I know we overtalked it a little bit. We'll be right back with Nick from the new car wash.
The new car wash on Salem Road. Get your ride clean and enjoy the flow. A little bit of buff, a little bit of shine.
Blah 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 blah. She doesn't know the
Oh, no,
rest.
I
So
don't
she's
know
like,
the rest.
blah, blah, blah.
Okay,
That'll have
we'll
to be
play
your
it
homework
again.
then.
That'll be your homework.
That's
All
the
right,
nursery
we'll be
rhymes
back,
with
y'all.
Doc this morning.
That's right. We will be right back. I'm gonna play a few of our commercials too. We make sure that all of them can be heard. We'll be right back, everybody.
I think
Golly,
I'm-
I just had a crazy itch all of a sudden. And I'm trying to talk, going,
I think I met you when I first moved down here, and I was with Miller, who used to work for the county.
Okay.
And she used to bring our cars in there all the time. So that was when I first met you in 2009. And I was like, wow. 'Cause-
Yeah, I've been there a long time because I was the regional manager for the previous car wash that
Yeah, I was
owned
gonna say,
it.
because it wasn't always new car wash.
Right.
It was
Yeah.
something
It used to be,
different.
it was Regal's car wash before that. And
yeah.
I was with them for probably almost 4 years prior to that. So
Yeah.
I've been at this location for like, it'll be 9 years November.
Yeah. I mean, when you took over it, things changed a lot for the better.
Right.
Because it was, there were some times that I was in there and I'm like, it just felt sketchy.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you have a lot of turnover in the car wash industry.
Yes, you do.
And the thing with me is I want somebody that is responsible
But
handling
you've had
your
a
car.
lot more stability than what they have.
Right, because now we do background checks and we do all these other things. Not only do we do background checks on every employee that we hire,
Mhm.
of course, we e-verify, we drug test
Mhm.
when we hire you, and then we do random drug tests throughout the year. So
Okay.
I don't, because like I said, it's the second most expensive thing that you're purchasing.
Yeah.
And so, I have guys that come in. I mean, if you looked on our Facebook page, I got Ferraris,
Right. Yeah.
I got Rolls Royce, Porsches and stuff. So we're handling some stuff that are more than what people pay for their house.
that's right.
That's
So
right,
imagine
yeah.
if I got an employee that, oh man, I was, tripping on acid or something. Then he goes and gets on somebody's vehicle and just rams it into the building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you
And-
only imagine?
Yeah, I'm sure my insurance will really like that.
They would love you for that. Well, because I used to be the dean of graduate studies with DeVry, and one of
Mhm.
our executive perks was they would send out that mobile detail guy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And, because I was like, well, can I just have what y'all were going to pay him? Because I take my car, to a local place in
Right.
Conyers. And they never would do it. And so finally, he was like, I'm giving y'all a really good rate. And he was upset that I wouldn't let him touch my car because, I've only owned 2 cars in my life.
Right.
I bought a 2000 Altima in 1999
Mm-hmm.
when it just came out.
Right.
And I kept that for 10 years. And
Mhm.
then in 2010, I bought a 2010 Altima.
Right.
And, I was just, because I got the pearl white, pearl white is number one, it's the hardest thing.
White and black are the
Yeah.
two colors that are the hardest to
You
keep
can't
clean.
match. If there's a scratch, you can't match it.
It's very
If
hard.
there's a ding, it's evident as soon
You're
as
gonna
and
see
I was
everything.
like,
Yeah.
you can't touch my car.
Mm-hmm.
And so he told the president of DeVry, he's like, I can get her a better rate than what she has. And at that time I was doing the monthly pass because
Right.
I would come in on Tuesday mornings.
Mhm.
And he was, so he was charging DeVry $60 a car for the mobile wash and detail. And I was like, for $60, I can get a buff and shine, I can get a full detail, and I can get I was like,
Right.
no,
Yeah. You can
Yeah.
do a lot with
You can do
$60.
a lot with
I mean, if you wanted to
$60.
come in and just get the radio, you can get that at least, almost 3 times.
Yeah.
I get my car washed 3 times for that one time for you.
Yeah.
And we've actually looked into doing that mobile detailing for our business in the local area.
Uh-huh.
The thing with that is that, out in California, because California implements the strictest, environmental stuff.
Right.
So you got to be careful. Like when you're washing your car, where does all that water go? It goes right back into the
direct
water,
sewer.
the sewer. So then the water treatment facility is like, hey, they're getting, because they have sensors. So now they're like, hey, we're cleaning stuff. And now there's something toxic in the water because it's coming off your car.
Right.
You might not realize it, but you might have oil on the bottom of your car or something just from the road, or who knows,
right.
like they could have had a chemical spill and you drove through something that was on your car and now that's going into the water.
Yeah, it was crazy.
All right, we're going back live. All right, we're back.
We're back.
So yeah, if you need to get home and watch our YouTube, he was just explaining some of the chemicals and things of that nature. It's really kind of high tech when you think about it today, because years ago we weren't smart enough. We didn't have the technology to know about all these chemicals like today.
Right.
He was explaining that some of the toxic, and toxic is such a bad word because you say it and people automatically think the worst, but you don't realize just what he was saying about some of the chemicals that might come off your car and they just go down in the storm drain. And the next thing you know, that's down in your neighborhoods. That's down in your creeks. For instance, my lake. I mean, think about how much runoff we probably get that goes down in the lake that the fish are in,
Yeah.
Right.
I shouldn't have told you that because you're like, I'll never go in that water again.
Well, I don't go in the water anyway. I just sit on the dock.
Okay.
But,
Right.
yeah.
And then also, a lot of people use, when you wash your own car, every time, do you leave your hose on when you wash it, or do you shut it off every time in between you spraying it off? Because a lot of people just like, oh, I'll just set the hose down, and it's running out.
Running.
So you're wasting water. They did a study. I want to say the average person uses about 80 gallons to wash their car.
Wow.
Good Lord. You never think about it. And I think we had talked one time about what his machine uses, and I do remember
And it
this.
uses around between 25 and 30. It just depends on how big the vehicle
Right.
is. On the longer vehicles, of course, it's going to use a little bit more. And also we use a water reclaim system. So in our tunnel in the middle section, there's actually what we call a pit, and it collects all the water, and then it goes through our reclaim water treatment, and then it gets reused on the parts that that we can use the reclaim water on, and then we use of course the fresh water on the rinse and everything. But it gets all recycled and stuff.
But it's all high tech too.
Oh yeah,
It's not. Even though we jokingly say they're a mom and pop type business because they're so friendly, but the technology is definitely not. I mean, the technology is just, it's amazing. Truthfully, you just got to go check it out. You just got to go see it.
Okay.
Hell, the vac alone, the vac system alone.
It's incredible.
You don't think what it takes to vacuum a car. You don't. One day I was there and the big vac motor went down.
Oh yeah.
And we were discussing what it was taking to get one, and then not knowing his business, because I don't do that. He's like, do you know how long it's going to take to vacuum as many cars as we do with a small vac? And I thought about it for a second as I've stood there looking, going, wow, you don't think of what it takes to do what they do. You just, a normal person doesn't. We don't think like that. For instance, we get there, they check our car in, and we go stand and talk to somebody for a few minutes.
Right.
And then they go, hey, your car's ready. You don't realize the process that it takes to do what they do. It's pretty amazing.
You know, while we were on break, I was talking to Nick because I had been using them when they were a different company. And I was like, you know, I'm so glad that you are the manager and the owner now, because it started to get a little sketchy in there. And as it, you know,
Sketchy's a vague word. Be a little more specific,
Okay.
because that's such a vague word.
I felt
That leaves people
I
open for
felt uncomfortable.
interpretation.
as a female.
So years and years ago,
years
before
and
it was
years
the new
ago,
car wash.
Before it was the new car wash, you know, and I was loyal. I stayed, but I just felt very uncomfortable as a female. And you know, and for me, because at that time I was having to do a lot of stuff by myself. I didn't have a husband that I could call and say, "Hey, honey, can you run my car up here?" I'm
Right.
feeling really uncomfortable. And you know, so I appreciate the environment that it is now, and I feel safe, and that's so important.
And the waiting area typically has a female that runs the register.
yes,
Yes.
And has
we
you
do
feeling very comfortable up there. It's not a guy's atmosphere.
right.
right.
And we do actually have a lot of female workers,
Mhm.
not
Yes.
just in the cashier area. We have
Outside
greeters
as well. Yeah.
and
Mhm.
what we call the finishers that clean your car. We actually have, you know, a lot more females than what we had in the past. We do, you know, for customers, you know, like safety, and for us, you know, we have a lot of turnover in the car wash industry.
Yes.
Mhm.
I mean, we're not employing people that make, you know, $100,000.
Right.
You know, so unfortunately we do have high turnover, but we want our customers to feel safe.
Right. And he does have a good screening program as
Right.
well.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
me and him
We-
have discussed that several
You know,
times before.
we do background checks. On
Yeah. And they
every
have to have
employee.
you have to have a license
You
to
have
work
to have
there.
a license, have to be 18 years
Yep.
or older. You know, we do drug screening.
Good.
So, you know, because that's the thing is a lot, and that's the car business though. And a lot of people have to realize that, you know, you're having people get in and out of your car. There has to be trust, you
Right.
know, and that's where me and him had talked before. Because technically someone gets in your vehicle, takes it from you while you go sit down, and they drive it around the building. He's like, if you don't have a driver's license, you don't need to be driving a car. And that's their rule. And that's a great rule to
Oh,
have.
we can't even hire you if you don't have a driver's
That's
license.
right.
So, I mean, you know, even if you want to go, we used to have a sign guy on the street corner,
Mhm.
and they're like, well, I'm just holding the sign. Well, you can't work for our company.
Yeah, you're still employed.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Right.
But, you know, that's one of our requirements. You have to have
That's
a
right.
driver's license. you
His
know.
company standard.
I
And-
love that. I appreciate that.
For people that don't know, what are your hours?
Our hours Monday through Thursday are 9 to 5 right now. On Saturdays, Fridays and Saturdays, we're open from 8 to 6, and Sundays 10 to 5. So we're open every day.
Right.
You know, we're just closed on major holidays, you know, like
Mhm.
And major
Easter.
storm days.
And major
You mean
storm
you're not
days.
open on Christmas?
Yeah, unfortunately, but we are open the day before and the day after.
What if
Right.
I got a gift card?
See, with me, never really considering, you know, because I do what I do. So I don't think about his business like that. And then one day I'm like, hey, man, I'm on the way out of the house. Just got done with the show, coming to see you. And he's like, it's storming. We're not open. And I was like, oh, crap. I didn't think about that. Well, duh, Scotty. I can't have a shop full of employees and it's pouring down raining because the overhead will get smoked and there'll be no business. And
Right.
I didn't think like that. So, but most of the time, no, you'll still see his car where he's still in there doing the owner / management part of the business.
yeah,
you know,
you
he's
gotta-
always around.
Yeah, you got to do, you know, your due diligence on the, you know, equipment, making sure
That's right.
everything's running the optimal infection, you know, to what the standard needs to be to get
Right.
the cars clean, make sure that everything is running smoothly.
And have all his products that he needs and all the
Yeah.
chemicals that he needs. And yeah, and again, that's where I was trying to say earlier, we're very proud about who we deal with, because we have, you know, Karen at Gravity, the owner. I have Gino up at White Brothers, you know, the manager who's been there for years. We have Rob's Performance, Rob, the owner. Everybody that we deal with. Copy Central, we're dealing with Kathy Bragg and Dottie, which is, and then the brother works there as well. I mean, it's family based. Everything that we deal with is family based
Yes,
businesses,
yes.
and that's what we like. The Social House. I mean, come on. You know, you got Dusty and Todd. It's all family oriented, and that's what we wanted to pride ourselves on and make sure that we really handpick who we deal with. You know, look at Tara and all her people. Her people, they might as well just be a family up there.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean, they might as well just be cousins at this point, because they just sit and talk about anything and everything. Kind of like any other hair salon, right? But it's for dogs. Just saying. I don't want nobody up there trying to get a curl or anything.
Oh my Lord.
And Scotty, I just wanted to mention for people that are listening, we offer a VIP club as well.
Oh, great.
Our VIP club is when you sign up, it's free, it doesn't cost you anything, and basically we do different things with it. After your 10th wash, your 11th wash, we give you a $14 credit. So you can use that any way that you like. So if you want to go ahead and just get a basic wash, and you get a free wash then.
Right.
If you want to go ahead and get a detail, you take $14 off it.
Your detail, right?
So it's a $14 credit that we offer you on your 11th one, and then you start on over. But we do offer that. We do emailing sometimes, or we do stuff on our website that we offer. Our Facebook page. We offer different specials throughout the year. We'll be doing some specials coming up soon, especially for the holidays.
Right. And
we do gift cards where any purchase over $25, you automatically save 10% off.
Nice.
And that's 365 days a year that we offer that.
Right.
So especially during holidays are coming on up, and you want to get a gift for somebody, if you want to do stuff like that
Scotty.
instead of like,
Scotty.
Wait, why y'all look at me like I'm supposed to be hooking y'all up with some car washes?
Company gift.
Because we need a
But
company.
when you really
gift.
think about it, you're gonna have to have an oil change. That's a give me. You're always gonna get an oil
I
change.
have to go get one this week.
You're always gonna buy underwear. You're always gonna buy toothpaste. You're always gonna buy socks. At least I suggest you always buy those three things, especially if you're coming here. But you got to think about this: the life expectancy of your paint job and your overall well-being of your car is going to get that oil change and taking care of the mechanicals. But you got to take care of your physical as well, because your physical becomes a lot of the physical. I mean, the
mechanical.
The mechanical. Let me get it out of my mouth.
You were saying with the Facebook and like email specials, is that something that like you'll put on there, and you walk in and say you saw something on Facebook and you get a discount or something?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you can just say, "Hey, I saw on your Facebook page, if we're running, say $5 off of wax, and I'll put on there, it'll be for this time period to this time period."
Right.
It's not a
So
problem.
people have to follow you or sign up for email and newsletters or whatever to be able to get that.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, and we also do, we at least do one day a year. We do like a customer appreciation day for all our customers. That we'll do a day to where it just depends on what we're doing that year. Last year we did 50% off the radiate wash, so it was like
Nice.
it was like $11, and we just did that for the whole day for every single body.
And I can guarantee you it went great. It was busy.
Oh, it was busy.
Slammed
It was
the whole
busy.
day.
We had it fully staffed that day, and we washed like all of Conyers and
It was awesome.
Some of Covington.
Yeah. It was, and the other thing is on Saturdays, the line starts for the new car wash at 7:30 in the morning. So if
that's
if you
before.
are not-
we open up at 8, and there's cars waiting.
the line starts at 7:30.
Well, if you're gonna go do something on a Saturday, you want to get that thing shined up before you get to IHOP and people see you with a dirty car. There's nothing worse than standing at IHOP outside and we're all like standing there talking and laughing at the cars that drive by.
Well, see, but the thing that sucks for me is I can go get it washed, but our house is on this long dirt driveway.
That's why you need a good wax.
So
Right. See,
So-
and
a good wax, you could just
and
spray it
wax.
off.
Right, exactly. And this is why I try to tell people. I mean, you want to keep your car up and do what you can for your car. The thing is like, okay, people park underneath trees, which I would advise not to. If you can, if you can't, I understand.
Yeah, I got a thing where birds just keep pooping on my car. I mean, if I park under that Bradford pear,
it's not a bird.
well, I'm glad you didn't leave any footmarks on my hood.
Well,
you want to keep your vehicles, as clean as possible. You don't want, tree sap, bird dookie sit on your car, because what happens is, I left it on there. It's been like a month. Well, guess what? Now a month it's just sat on your car, and
That's right.
it's eating through your paint.
So there's something in the poop per se, a chemical or something in the poop, and that just deteriorates your
same
paint.
thing as yours.
Yeah, I mean, you.
Well, I got one on my right door right now that I needed to get off. That makes me think about, oh crap, literally.
Right. I mean, I don't know if you've ever, if you got hardwood floors and your dog has gone to the bathroom
Mhm.
and you've let it sit there for
Right.
a couple days, I'm sure after a while when you clean it, it might
Yeah.
be a different color.
That's right.
Well, the same thing with, stuff from trees, bird
Mhm.
droppings and whatnot. If you leave that on there for an extended period of time, then what it does is starts eating to your paint. And unfortunately, like, I can clean it,
Right.
but you might see the outline of where it's been sitting. So you have a clean spot, but now you can tell where it's been sitting. Same thing with bugs.
Oh yes,
it
I
do
was
any-
going to ask you about bugs. I
Will
really
it do
did.
anything to your window if you have bird
No.
crap on your window?
That's
Okay.
glass.
Now,
That's
glass,
not a paint
no.
job.
No.
but there is stuff for
Dunnies.
glass. Now, if unfortunately, if you live, like, say, if you go to the beach, well, a lot of, salt and stuff, and then you're getting rain. Well, pollutants in the air, acid rain, whatever. If you let that stuff sit on your windows a while and don't wash your car, well, that'll get into the windows.
So when I get back from vacation next week,
Yes.
Yeah.
I need to come see you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Don't let it sit on.
You might want to go see him before you go on vacation
I'm
because
seeing
you
it
don't.
before
you-
and after.
You don't want to look like that family showing up out of town and they'll be like, "Oh my God, look at that! Oh, they're from Georgia.
They're from
That's Honey Boo Boo. That's Honey Boo Boo's family. I think I seen them on TV.
It's the Brady Bunch.
Listen to how they talk. That's definitely Honey Boo Boo's cousin."
That's funny.
Well, look, we're gonna wrap it up with him. We're down to almost our last 15 minutes, and then we can just start throwing some stuff out. But I appreciate you coming in,
Yes,
man.
Well,
and
thank
this
you
is
so
terrific.
much.
Yes.
Once a month, you got to come
Hey,
back.
yeah, we can talk about different stuff. I just wanted to touch up real quick about the bugs. Please don't let bugs sit on your car. I mean, I've had people that, I went out of town and it's been like 2-3 weeks, especially if you have a dark colored car, because what happens is that, the stuff from the inside of the bugs get into your paint just like everything else.
Mhm.
And then
Mhm.
you got to remember during the summer times,
Oh, it's just bacon.
it's just baking into
Yeah.
your paint. So you have a brand new car. And now this stuff is, I can clean it, but now you get to see where the bugs used to be. And that
Oh,
stays
that
on
would
your
make
paint.
sense. Yes.
So it's very important for you to make sure that you keep your car clean,
Mhm.
especially with the bugs. And wax does help, but just like anything else, if they sit on there long enough, it's going to eat through that protection
Right.
barrier. And just one quick thing real quick. If you look in your owner's manual of a lot of the vehicles, it'll tell you that, you're supposed to get your car waxed like every 3 to 4 months. Cause that's the
Right.
typical, length that wax will last on
Shelf
a car.
life.
Man, I'm feeling really
I didn't
stupid
know
because
that.
I haven't
Yeah.
done nothing
Yeah, I
like
didn't know
that in
that
a
either.
long time.
And then there are waxes that are a little bit longer lasting.
now, does your machine do a wax, or do you actually have to do you need somebody to physically wax it?
Well, there's 2 different waxes that we basically use. There is the machine wax that's inside the tunnel. That's a spray-on wax,
Mhm.
which is good for cars that are newer
That
don't
already have a good
that
wax.
have
in.
a good wax on it. It'll keep it looking nice.
Right.
But for your cars that, if you've been on a trip and stuff like that and it's been taking, a little bit of a harsh treatment, then you want to get the hand wax. It
Okay.
will get into the paint. It will lift up a lot of the old oxidation, which is what we consider in the industry dead paint.
Okay.
I like to give the analogy of, when you go to the beach, you put on sunblock.
right.
Right.
Well,
right.
wax is like sunblock
Makes sense.
to your car's paint, because over time the sun just beats down on your car. It kind of like burns the paint of your car.
Right.
And then that's what causes the oxidation and all that stuff. So wax is like sunblock. So you want to make sure that you keep sunblock on your car.
So just this is a ballpark figure, only as an average, so nobody takes all the numbers correctly, or just an average. So, like, say my minivan, an average minivan, what would that price be for a good wax?
$46.
$46.
And that includes
Holy
the car
cow!
wash.
That's a
will-
car wash and the wax.
and the wax.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ,
That's
I
for
need to
the
do
car
that.
wash. You said the car wash and the wax,
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
and then it'll be extra for the inside.
No. That includes
That
the
in-
vacuum
Wow.
cleaning. The,
So
you know,
for
windows.
under $50,
For under $50,
I'm going to get my interior
on that.
clean and my wax. And
Yeah.
that's what I need to think about
That's
is
the
I've not
hand
had a wax or a wash
Yeah,
this
that's
year.
the hand wax.
Okay.
Correct. Yes, that's the hand wax.
So if I go on
I
a
barely
Tuesday,
take a shower.
If I go on a Tuesday, I get 10% off of the 46.
You get 10% off the wash that comes with the
Okay.
wax.
Okay.
What are you trying to beat them down?
No.
She's just
No, but
trying
that's
to
a
get
heck of a
some
deal. And the
understanding.
reason I wanted to bring that up is now that's on a minivan. Is that an average price, whether it be minivan or car, or is that minivan?
Cars are going to be a little bit cheaper.
Okay.
Cars start out at 40.
40. And that's why I wanted to say minivan first, because I wanted you to go, wow, what an amazing price on a minivan. Of course, your cars are smaller.
Right.
Right.
So now here is a question, because a lot of people have asked me this and I didn't have an answer.
Okay.
What size vehicles, we know small cars will go through your machine, but at what point is something too big to go through? I mean, is an Expedition too big?
No, Expeditions aren't. I mean, I can do 15 passenger vans.
Okay.
It's
See,
it's
I
the
need to know.
jacked up
it's
truck.
it's the height of the
The height.
vehicle.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the problem.
So no jacked up excursions.
I can do stuff that has like maybe 3-4 inch lifts on
Right.
them. That's not a problem, as long as they're underneath a certain height. And
Okay.
I'll be able to do that when I see your vehicle.
Okay.
I can go in there and measure your vehicle and make sure. And then just the width of your tires. You
Okay.
have your guys that like to go off-roading in
Right.
their vehicles. So the width of your tires, if they're 12 inches or wider, then unfortunately they can't fit on the track, but we do offer hand washes. So, we
Right.
can take care of it if,
Okay.
if they
If
can't
it
go through
doesn't
our
go
tunnel.
through,
Right.
they can
I was
take-
laughing because on one of the Jeep forums, I was reading a dude, of course, had big tires, got his Jeep stuck because
Oh my god.
it was, it has to be fed through the machine and it got
Right.
stuck.
Yeah, but
But it's because he had, 14-inch wide tires. And you don't think
Wow.
about when you put those, think about it this way. Most regular tires are around the 6.5 inch wide. Now you've got 14 on the left side. Well, you have 14 on the right side
Right.
too.
Mhm.
So nobody thought about it, and they ran that thing right up in there. Yeah, I laughed. I'm sure the car wash guy wasn't laughing, and I'm pretty sure the owner wasn't laughing of the vehicle. But I mean, think about it. You just added 6 or so inches to each side. I
Yeah,
mean, come
yeah.
on, man.
Right.
so you have the Facebook and you can sign up for the email from your website. You have a website?
Yeah, we do have a
Okay.
website, and it's called thenewcarwash.com.
Okay.
And it
And
doesn't say at Salem Road. At Salem Road. Salem Road. It doesn't say that, Doc. I'm sorry. I'm just messing
So
with
the
you. It's Monday.
newcarwash.com.
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
And the one thing is that we do have a lot of people that will Google the new car wash, and there is an actual Google listing, but we don't. That's not ours. That is something that Google has done. And don't go to that because it will tell you the wrong operating hours, because Google expects us to pay for their website.
Yes.
Yes, they
so
do.
we don't do, that's why we have our own website.
Yep.
So we can
Mhm.
control what we have on our website.
I get actually, as silly as this is, I get a phone call I'm not even joking, every day from a weird phone number. It's two different phone numbers. One says Arizona, and then one says Stone Mountain.
Mhm.
And of course, I started answering the Stone Mountain one, and it's a recording that says, "This is Google analyst something offering you blah blah blah."
Yep.
And they want you to pay it. They're like, you could get more notifications and more viewers, and it's all just a sales pitch. But yes. So, anyways, there's my spiel. I was just warning everybody,
You're
because
just warning
if you're a owner of a business and you have a .com or .org or .net, if you own a business, be prepared. You will be getting these phone calls from Google, by the way. All right. Well,
True.
thanks, Nick, for coming in from the new car wash.
on
Oh,
Salem
Salem
Road.
Where?
That's right. Clean and enjoy the flow. A little bit of buff, a little bit of shine.
Man, you were supposed to learn it.
Yes,
I'm gonna
darn
just start
right.
pumping it in your headphones.
You know what?
You'll be brainwashed.
You have to play it to her while she's sleeping at
Yeah.
night, so
Right,
she can
yeah,
have that
yeah.
memorized.
every day. It'll be like, "Where are you at?" Well, I was going to Starbucks, but I pulled left.
And I'm
into
at the new car wash on Salem Road.
I gotta admit though, when we got the guy to make you that commercial, we had no idea how catchy it would be. You know, everybody remembers the Deke Eller and Son commercials. Everybody remembers that.
The
But
Shane
everybody
Company.
there, yeah. But everybody talks about the new car wash because it has that tone.
It has that tone.
That the
That
music
just
behind
once
it.
you hear it, it just sticks with you.
Yes. All right. Well, let us get out of here and we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. I just wanted to make sure I say that again. We'll be right back.
Okay.
Thanks, Nick, for coming in for our
Yeah,
new
thank
car
you,
wash.
Scotty.
We'll see y'all later. We'll be right back, everybody.
Thank you.
Nick, I tried to sign up. Your website is broken.
Is it that website? Is that what it looks like?
Look, everybody's running to Nick with their
Yeah, that should be it.
I'm gonna share it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna share it, and then if I don't,
So when I went in and I did, when I went in to sign up and save,
Yep.
you put your email address in, but then it takes you here.
Wow, something went wrong. Oops. I'll have to try and see, or I'll contact my people and see what's going on with that. That's crazy. Yeah.
Do you want me to screenshot that and send it to you?
I can.
So-
I'll go on and see what's going on with it.
Jacob
That's
just
not a
said
problem. As
sent
soon as I
something
get back,
about
I'll
somebody calling in a few minutes.
take it.
Who?
Take care of that.
My friend in Atlanta wants to call in to promote. some
Thank you,
stuff.
Scotty. I
Oh,
really
no, man.
appreciate
Thanks
it.
for coming in.
Yeah.
Oh, Jeff Justice, the comedian.
Oh, because you say that. Thanks for coming in, brother.
Thanks, man. It's good to see you.
And Alex.
I'll definitely come see you
Oh yeah.
before I go on
Thank you.
vacation and when I get back.
Oh,
Oh,
I
we
got
forgot to
your,
talk about the fundraising.
Your stuff here too.
Oh, yes. I've been so behind this month.
No, it's okay.
But hey, it's a good thing. It's a good thing.
So that's the website right there.
Oh, go
Yeah,
back. I
that's
thought
it
I had
right
something
there.
wrong.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, you can just go out the sliding glass door and follow the sidewalk around. They keep you from having to go back out the
Right
front
out
door. Yes, sir.
All right.
All right, man. We'll see you later. Thanks.
Bye.
We forgot to talk about the fundraising because they also do fundraisers.
Who?
The new car wash.
Well, we
on
can
Salem
talk about
Road.
that real quick when
Okay.
he's leaving anyways. We'll see you later.
Bye.
All righty, man. That's awesome having Nick up in here. I tell you, I still laugh every time I go through and I see the lost and found. And what it is, it's where people have like got out of the car and dropped sunglasses. It's funny. I was just sitting here, I've started thinking about that crazy antenna. I can't help it. I mean, come on, man. It's 1980 called, said they wanted their Back to the Future car and their cell phone antenna. No, and half them crackers couldn't even afford a cell phone. What do you?
No.
Can I just make an observation? Only black folks hear white folks say cracker and think we're being racist.
Okay.
Because when I'm a white guy and I call somebody a cracker, nobody looks at us like, did he just call me a cracker? We don't know. No,
So okay, so then
I don't know
that's a
how
whole
to.
nother
I
conversation.
don't know how to explain it, Doc. It's weird. Well, most white folks don't just sit around and think people are being racist. We don't look at it that way. I think that's why we get so bothered when somebody else yells that's racist, because we're like, huh? Like, I got 10 other things to be thinking about. I ain't wasting time on that.
Well, before we get off of the new car wash, they actually have fundraisers. And if you are a nonprofit, a local service club, school and bands, community projects, so you can actually go to their website and you can click the fundraising link and sign up, and they'll send you more information. So this would be great for the PTAs that are, that I'm tired of buying cookie dough from to support my friends. So PTA people who are listening, because I know y'all are, because y'all had an earful to give me this weekend, do the new car wash and I'll support your little cause, but I'm not buying any
That's
cookie
right.
dough.
But we don't want any PDA because they got cameras.
Huh? Oh.
Doc's like, what? PDA, public
I got
display
it.
of affliction.
Oh my Lord.
Scotty is about to be permanently afflicted, y'all.
Hey, what are we doing when we get out of here today?
I have to pick Niles up from art class
What time?
at 12.
So we get out of here in like 10 minutes.
Well,
7.
So what are you doing?
Oh, wait, and I want to give another shout out to someone, please. May I?
Well, it depends.
It's Karen. It's Karen from American Family. Karen? Is that right, Karen?
So not only did you say it wrong, she's listening and you said it wrong.
Well, I fixed it.
And then the funniest thing is, the very first time I did that, I came in and asked for Karen. And she said, you said my name wrong. Oh, God, I'm so bad about saying people's names wrong.
It's
And-
Karen.
She said, remember, car in the driveway. And I thought, that's kind of funny since you're an insurance agent.
Well, okay, so
Just saying.
You know,
And she's the baddest insurance agent on the
Yeah.
friggin' planet.
she is a bad chick. I love this woman so much because Benny and I have been looking for life insurance because, you know, as an
You're gonna
executive.
off each other?
No, but
No.
she keeps acting like this. Her life's going to be narrowed down a slight margin of time.
Okay, listen to me. As an executive with DeVry University, I had a wonderful life insurance policy. But the thing of getting your life insurance through your employer is once that employment terminates or you decide that you don't want to be a part of them anymore, you don't have any life
Mhm.
insurance
That's why I don't like having insurance stuff
with the employer.
through employers. I mean, it sucks. I know. Okay. I know that you get a good rate when you're with these people,
But it comes at a higher cost.
but it comes at a I can't quit you cost.
Yes.
You know what that makes you?
A slave.
Slave to the system.
A slave.
The problem is they take away your right to make a decision. Like, I can't leave you because I have to. I am a slave to what your product is. I
Right.
can't leave you because I don't have a choice.
Mhm.
And I can't not stand not having a choice.
Well, Karen, you know, because
And let's catch this real quick.
Okay.
You got this, Denise, because you were the one that answered the message. Just for Fun Radio.
This is Jeff Justice.
Hey,
Calling
Jeff
in.
Justice. How are you?
How you doing? I'm doing great. How you all doing?
We are doing awesome. About to go get our car washed. What are you doing?
I'm listening to his voice. I'm like, oh, he fits in.
Yeah.
So what's going on with you, man?
Life. Just getting the day started here. You know, I'm not like you people. You know, I'm like around 8:45. I'm dragging myself out of bed. So
Oh, yeah.
Well, we try to
just
do
getting
that,
day
but we
started.
I
have a
was
slave- we have a slave
4:45 this
driver.
morning. It's really
Well,
gonna call
you know,
me slave.
You would get along great with my wife because that's what time she gets up.
I mean, I didn't want to get up that time, but it's like once I was awake, I'm just like, God, if
Yeah.
I go back to sleep, I'll be worthless. Well, not much
Yep.
better than I am now, but still,
But-
I would really be worse.
We don't want worse.
no.
So where are you based out of?
I'm out of Buckhead.
Oh yeah,
Buckhead.
Buckhead.
Yeah, the Buckhead.
Wait, like Buckhead,
right.
Georgia, or the
yes.
Little Buckhead or Big Buckhead?
Little Buckhead or Big Buckhead?
The one with the big bucks.
Okay.
Oh my God. I'm just laughing at Doc. You in the little
Now you know
buckhead or the
exactly
big
right.
buckhead?
Because there is a place called Buckhead, Georgia.
I know
There
that.
is.
Two places.
Yeah.
But his lingo would be more like, I'm from Buckhead if he lived that way.
Kind of
Well,
like
that's kind of an intelligence test for my comedy class. The first night of class, you actually go to Buckhead, Georgia. Then you're just too stupid to take the class, I guess.
That's right. Where they have one volunteer fire department and one skating ring.
And we ain't got nobody here. What's funny? You must be in the wrong place.
Yes.
I shouldn't make fun of people I don't know. I'm sorry, that's bad.
No, it's easier because I don't know them. I can just
You know what, the
offend
great
them and
thing
never
this
look
morning
at them. Go ahead.
One of those great things I was reading this morning. There was this Marine who, for 25 years in the Marine Corps, he kept a secret. He was the voice of Bambi.
Holy
Really?
Could you imagine? Could you imagine being in the Marines and it was like a colonel in the Marines and
Yeah.
and people finding out you were the voice of Bambi?
Oh my God.
You
That
never
would've
live it
been
down.
torturous.
Yeah. And can you
Yeah.
imagine a drill sergeant with that yelling voice come up to you after finding that out? And especially if you're his
Right.
commanding officer, with all due respect, sir, and then bust out a joke on the poor guy. That would be horrible. That would be horrible.
Well, great, guys. So, yeah, we got an exciting time tonight. We're starting our level 2 comedy class tonight. So these are all people that have graduated level 1 at the Improv or the Punchline over the past few years and are coming back for more comedic torture to get even funnier if that's possible.
That's actually awesome, though, because we know a few guys over the years that keep saying, man, I want to get into this. I want to get into this. And then they just don't have the courage to go to the coffee house or wherever somebody's doing an open mic. And the cool thing is you're offering that. So kind of plug,
his way.
that's what I was going to say, plug how people can find you and get involved to be able to take these classes.
Well, exactly what you were just talking about is what stops so many people, because it is terrifying that first time to go up on stage and have no idea if you're funny. and to stand in front of a group of strangers. And the great thing about the comedy class is by the time you graduate after 6 weeks, and it's one night a week for 6 weeks, you have a routine. It works. I've helped you with delivery. I've made it funny for you. And so when you go on stage, you get a packed house of people, who are there to support you. So that first time on stage is just unbelievable. But they can find out about it at my website, which is jeffjustice.com, and you just click on the logo on the right-hand side for the Jeff Justice Comedy Workshop. And that'll tell you everything you need to know. I think the next class starts January 12th, so you have time to both pay it off and to get your nerve up. So,
that's awesome.
And we have
especially the payoff part.
Yes.
Okay.
Go ahead.
My slogan is send me money, I'll make you funny.
Does your the comedy class have a Facebook page?
I was going to say, I'm on his personal.
I don't keep it up enough. It is a Jeff Justice Comedy Workshop, but I don't. I just really maintain my Jeff Justice Facebook page mostly.
Isn't that easier? Because I have my personal, and then we have the Just for Fun page. We actually have several Just for Fun pages because of the different shows. But like my family gives me crap, man. You need to just do this on your business page. I'm like, that's great, but I mean, there's 5,000 plus people keeping up with me personally because they want to keep up with the funnies and the stupids and just the crazy chaos that we get involved with. So it's so much easier to just try to maintain one. And unfortunately it does, it does make the other page a little weaker, but man, a lot of people I have found really want to see what's going on in your life. They don't want to just laugh at you. They want to be part of what you're laughing at too. And exactly. With me, you're going to get the full package. I don't really hide a whole lot. Last week, I actually thought I don't know how far your comedy goes, but I'm willing to say this. I thought I was going to be funny with both my co-hosts, and I was in the bathroom right here next to the studio, and I started to pee, and I thought, I'm going to cut a fart and leave this for them. And I sharted myself.
It's called karma, Scott.
Yeah, it's called karma because where I thought I was going to just leave something for them, it really was for me, unfortunately.
You wound up creating a gift that kept on giving throughout the day.
Right. And the joke's always been from one of our other guys that was on our show for a long time named Waterhead. He always made the joke. He's a truck driver, and he'd say, man, you don't ever want this to happen to you. And I did it to myself. And I was stupid enough to admit it too, but I'm that guy.
That was twice last week that the karma buzz hit you.
What was the first one?
That one first, and then the sardine juice.
Oh yeah, I thought I was going to be funny. Okay, so you should make a skit out of just the stupid that I've done. We made a joke because people said that you can put Nutella on anything and eat it. So I came downstairs with white bread toast, crackers. So we all tried it. Everybody's like, So then I whipped out a can of Beanie Weenies, not Beanie Weenies, but Vienna sausage.
Gross.
I ate it. One of our hosts ate it. Denise did. Doc spit it out. And then I thought I was going to be funny and take it to the next level. And I busted out a can of sardines. And I'm like, sardines with Nutella. I cracked the lid and thought I was going to be funny and sniff it. And I apparently tilted the can and poured all the nasty crap down me, down my shirt, shorts.
Listen to him laughing.
Seat. I'm on camera running as I'm about to gag because the smell was so horrible that we didn't even put Nutella on it.
How did it go with Bella that afternoon?
Oh, yeah. Then we gave my dog the sardines. That wasn't a good idea because she liked it going in. We didn't like it coming out. So I've very, very valuable lessons that Nutella does go on a lot of stuff, but then there's just some stuff. Don't be stupid enough to do it.
It just sounds like the studio never really smells like it should.
No.
Right.
Yeah. Now that you put it that way, last week was kind of a bad week to be in studio. Good Lord.
It's all you. It's not us.
Right. Well, the name of the station is Just for Fun. What does that tell you?
That is. I had one of my students write me, and this is a guy who's like 50 years old, but that warped sense of humor. And he said one night his wife and him had some friends over to play cards or whatever, and he excused himself to go to the bathroom and left the door open a crack. And beforehand, he had put like a gallon jug of water in there. So he's just slowly like pouring the water into the toilet so that everybody, I mean, it sounds like he's peeing.
Oh God, yes.
It's going on for like 2 minutes, and he's like doing the thing where it stops, then he starts again.
That will happen around here. I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to try that because we kept joking about making a bathroom microphone because people
Yeah.
will get up and they'll leave, and I'm the world's worst too. We'll go in the bathroom and we're talking to one of the hosts on break, and we close the door. And we're still talking, and it's like, you do know I can't hear you in there, right? So
Right.
that's what we should do, because we kept joking about putting a microphone in there. So we should do that one day, put a mic on it, and everybody that's listening right now will be aware this stunt might be happening. But think of all the people that will have no clue, and I'll just keep
Right.
pouring a little bit, and then go pour, and go, man,
And in the middle of it, you'll be like,
that's what I'm talking about, right? That would be
Yeah,
terrific.
that happens all the time as professional speakers. Is they put a wireless lavalier mic on us, and you wind up going to the bathroom, and they don't turn it off,
Yes.
and the entire place that you're going to speak to hears everything that's going on in the bathroom.
That
One
would
time
be
there was
awesome.
that happened to a rabbi, and when the guy went to introduce him, they're going, "Here he is, Rabbi Rabinowitz, good to the last drop."
you almost made
I
him
just had a
spit his
mouthful of
water out.
drink on that one. Good to the last drop. Now that's a good one too.
That is.
Yeah.
All
Well,
right,
guys,
man.
I gotta
Yes,
get running.
sir.
I actually have to go. My workout session is like in 30 minutes.
Awesome.
Over at Body Condition, it takes me about 25 to run over there. But yeah, great. If any of y'all people are interested in the comedy workshop, next one starts January. I think it's 11th in Buckhead, the rich one, and our graduation for our level 2 class is November 16th at the Improv. So
Awesome.
come on out and see
That's
it.
terrific. Well,
Sweet.
thanks for calling in. I sent you something on Facebook as well. Maybe we can stay in touch and just send some stupid stuff back and forth. Because I guess with you being a comedian, I don't sound so bad saying I just want to see everybody in the world laugh. I mean, my whole life is to make somebody smile. So who am I telling this to? This is what you do.
Yeah.
Hey, if you're laughing at me, I'm happy.
That's right. That's me. That's exactly right. Well, thank you very, very much for calling in, and
Oh,
at least
sure.
this way, some people can find you, and hopefully we can send some people your way, because we do keep meeting people that just say, I just don't know if I have what it takes. Well, you can help them with that.
Yes.
Just go to jeffjustice.com.
All righty. Well, thank you very much for calling in. Have a great day. Enjoy your workout.
Yes. Have
Thanks.
fun.
Take care. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Man, that was awesome. Good job, Jacob. Good job, Jacob. All right, y'all.
Thanks,
We're at
Guru.
10:06.
We are.
10:06.
I'm trying to find that information. I just wrote down.
What? You didn't write down we're at 10:06. I just told you we're at 10:06. Duh, Denise. Gosh, it is Monday. See what Monday? You are not allowed to take weekends off anymore. It just messes you up the next week.
I'm taking next weekend and the week after off.
Can you imagine what it's going to be like when she gets back?
I'm going to
It will
take
be
off.
Denise by then.
I'm going to take off when she comes back on that Monday. That's going to be my day off.
When do I take off?
Sorry, that's not part of your contract.
You have a
Yeah.
break in between the every day between.
Yeah,
the
between
end
when
of
I turn the mic
show
off and turn it back on?
Yeah.
Yeah. You didn't negotiate that as part of your
I
contract.
see
so
that.
Sorry.
I see that. All right, everybody, we're going to get out of here. Thanks to everyone for being part of Just for Fun.
Especially the new car wash on Old Salem Road. Get your ride clean and enjoy the flow. A little bit of buff, a little bit of shine.
Do you want some floff? I just saw the word.
What's flaw?
I don't know. It's what he calls that stuff on the top of coffee.
Mhm.
FLOFF.
So we will see you guys later. Thank
See
you
you
very
guys
much for being such
tomorrow.
dedicated listeners that you will subject yourself to this every morning.
It's fun.
It's fun.
It's just for fun.
And don't do anything we would do. If you do it just for fun.
Yes, and listen, I would be more than happy for any of y'all to start doing some videos and do something stupid. And at the end of it, just look at the camera and go, I did it just for fun. It makes it where it's okay. You get away
Kind of
with
like
it.
Selena did last year when we zapped her with it.
Yeah. Yeah. You just do whatever and say, ha, I did it just for fun. Then it makes it okay. It makes it a gag.
Mhm.
Okay.
So Rob can go up with a handful of whipped cream and smack Tubby with it and be like, I did it just for fun. And it makes it okay.
Yeah, I don't think it works.
Now, when Tubby hits him with a wrench, he can't go, "Ah, I did it just for fun." He
After the
can't do
camera
that.
turns off, we're not responsible for hospital bills.
Yeah, after the camera's turned off, we're not responsible for any bodily injuries that might occur during your prank.
Let me correct this. We're not responsible, period.
Period.
For any
Period.
hospital
If any,
bills.
just because you said our name doesn't mean we're responsible.
That's right.
On that note, have a great day.
We'll see y'all on the flip side. Thanks for tuning in to Just for Fun. Friggin' morning. Morning, just for fun radio in the morning, just for radio in the afternoon, just for the heck of it. Okay, I'm gonna shut up now. Doc's
you.
like looking at me like, what is he?
Smoking.
It's in the coffee. All right, we'll see y'all later. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye, YouTube land.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. You know what they say in China?
Love you long time.
You
No,
love me
they
long
say
time?
chow mein.
Oh my God.
Chow mein.
Where did I put it?